Thanks. So, in summary, it's been an action-packed event here today at E3. We're super thrilled. Or passion that drives us to innovate every day, and I mean that. You can expect us to continue to innovate and to bring the best experiences to you. And as you continue to bring your A game, we're going to do the same. So with that, stay tuned for the PC Gaming Show, and everybody out there, let's game on. Woo! Thank you.
Wait a minute, I thought they were starting. The heck was that? Sorry about that, guys. I literally thought they were starting just now. But I guess... I know. I was like 20 minutes early. I don't know what that guy was talking about because I had him muted. Bevo! Wow, you're up there? Okay, yeah, so it's 10:36. But hey, Bevo. I guess they're not starting. I guess we will continue with their music. We'll be right back. We still have a lot of things to get ready for. Right when I started streaming, I saw PC Gaming Show streaming. I mean, like, doing, like, on stage. So it's like, are we late? It's like, okay, never mind. We'll go back to the music and all that stuff. Freaked me out for a second. Hey, and welcome to the live coverage of the PC Gaming Show press conference. Already opened up, as we expected, shit show, because it confused everyone when the guy got up on stage, started talking about stuff, and I kind of unmuted him thinking, oh, he's already talking about stuff and everything, and then it just goes to, this. It's like, oh, okay. And I guess it's going to be like that until another 19 minutes. So, like, I was freaking out. I told Laura, it's like, oh, hey, they started early. And then I, like, come back to the computer, and this is here. And it's been here for a while now. So, hey. Good morning or afternoon or night, depending on where you are. Over, I guess, current time right now for us is 10:41. It should be starting around 11. And I'm trying to get some food in our stomachs, get some coffee as well in our bellies. But here, let's review some of the notes that some people have followed up, and I have followed up as well. Alright, so for the PC Gaming Show, it's going to start at 11 o'clock our time. Started 30 minutes early, but PC Gaming scared me for a second. Almost literally freaked me out. It's like, am I not going to be able to archive this because I missed like half the show? Because like I looked at their stream and they started streaming like 30 minutes early and all that. Well, not 30 minutes early, but 30 minutes ago. And I was like, did I just miss like 30 minutes of like streaming? But no, it was just some dude coming up talking probably about Intel stuff and then just left the stage. It's like, I don't see Sean anywhere. But yeah, pretty much due to the fact it's PC Gaming Show Conference, it could literally cover a huge spectrum of things. That's why we have everything in, actually I'll hide myself real quickly since you can't see those notes. Here we go. Alright, so we literally have everything in question marks because we don't know what's going to be covered, but we know especially that PUBG stuff is going to probably get covered in a little bit more detail. So that's a thing. I know that's what PCgaming, .com, PCgaming.com has said. This is their show, so whatever they cover about the conference should be true. We'll find out. But yeah, I have it in question marks because I don't know if you never know. Next on the list is lots of hardware shilling. Not saying coverage, I'm saying shilling. A&W, not A&W, A graphics cards, Intel, Alienware, Razer. We're gonna see all that stuff. So that's a like a yearly process when it comes to PC gaming. We're gonna see a lot of new hardware and a lot of hardware that's gonna just compete with each other. Next on the list is going to be a new game from the guys that have made Mark of the Ninja. I guess trying to remember how you pronounce this, but Klei Entertainment. Those guys have a new IP in the works, and they're going to announce it at PC Gaming, unless they already did, because there has been a lot of announcements and everything in between conferences, which we will definitely have to check out on YouTube and stuff like that. And next on the list is a new game from the guys that made Civilization 6, even though I misspelled Civilization right there. Civilization 6 from Fire Axis Games, and a Tripwire Interactive announcement as well. I forgot what they worked on. But yeah, there's a lot of announcements from other companies that haven't made an appearance either on... Oh, wait. What's going on here? Oh, I guess they're starting now? Wait, are they starting early?
Tom Marks from PC Gamer here.
Oh, okay.
Don't go anywhere because we've got a whole lot more.
Stop doing this.
For you. The PC
Freaking me out, man. It's not like PC Gamer. It's just not user friendly, man. I mean, not user friendly. They're not streamer friendly. It's like, wait, guys are starting already? But if I hide the cam real quickly, You see a little countdown. So we got about 14 minutes left before they actually start, hopefully. I don't know, they're freaking, they're probably freaking out a lot of people. It's like, wait, what the heck's... And there's like, oh, countdown. Okay, now we know officially it's going to start in about, 15. Let me unpause this. Laura and I need to
It's been a while.
drink coffee and eat and wake up a little bit more. So, even though I'm already woken
In
up.
what year did Steam
I was
officially
freaking
start
out.
supporting Linux?
Steam, 2013. I think. I'm not sure. 2013 or 2017.
I don't think it's quite
Ah,
taken
yeah.
over PC gaming the way Valve might have been hoping back then, though. What is the name of the talking skull in The Curse of Monkey Island?
I don't know. I don't remember. Yeah, Bob or Murray. Oh, Bojangles might be a thing, but that sounds like a monkey.
If I remember correctly, Murray wasn't the nicest demon-infused talking skull I've ever met either. In Half-Life 2, what does Dr. Kleiner's head crab eat? That was the head crab named Lamar that actually screws up the teleporter at the beginning of the game. and basically is
Either
responsible
watermelons or
for everything that goes
tofu.
wrong
I'm
from that
thinking
point.
watermelons. Yep.
Which engine is used to create the Arma series?
I don't know actually. I'm not an Arma buff, so maybe C. Nope,
We're now
I
actually
was
already
wrong.
on RV4 for Arma 3. Which of these was not a weapon in No One Lives Forever 2?
Good morning again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. We'd ask that you take a look at your current seating section and ensure that you,
I thought
if
this
you
one
are a
might be obvious
sponsor,
even if you
you are
didn't
seated
play
in the
this-
sponsor seating section. And gamer
I don't think we're
seated in the
supposed to hear
gaming
that guy.
Seating section. We also have additional gamer seating in the balcony.
They're talking
Thank you
over
so
each
much.
other.
Our show will begin momentarily.
They're at
Yeah.
136 now. So
Jesus.
they've come quite a ways. Which of these voice actors is not a voice in Guild Wars
136 champions in League of Legends now. Jeez. Roger Craig
2?
Smith.
Roger Craig Smith was the voice of Ezio Auditore, and it's kind of actually hard to find a voice actor who wasn't in Guild Wars 2. There are so many of them. In
So
Team
Felicia
Fortress
Day was in
Classic,
Guild Wars
every
2?
character carried
Interesting.
a special grenade. What was the Spy's?
I'm guessing hallucination or concussion. He wasn't gonna use gas.
Otherwise known as
Yeah.
spy drugs, it was shaped like a giant pill and it would make people see things that weren't actually there. In EVE Online, what is the name of the elected player council that interacts with the developers? Seems like a hard job. That's a cutthroat game, and to be the representative, I wouldn't want to do that.
Wow.
Look,
Which of the following is not a personality core from Portal 2?
get a fake
Mural.
town put in.
Damn.
Get a pool.
That guy went out
in.
with that Fallout shelter. Well, if you're gonna make a Fallout shelter, you're gonna have to think about your sanity too.
From the
Yeah.
GLaDOS fight there.
And you're
As
gonna
for
be-
Monkey,
you're gonna
which of
be
these
spending
items is worth the most money?
Underneath the shelter for at least 10,
Of
20
course,
years.
diamonds are worth more than all of those.
So if you
but,
think
you
about
know.
it.
Functional. And a grill. Bathtub.
Damn.
Guest house.
I mean, hopefully you'll
In
never
Fallout
have
New
to
Vegas,
use
the
it, but
character that shoots you in the head
pretty
at the
freaking
start
crazy.
Of the game,
Course.
Benny, shares a voice
Course.
with which character from the TV show Friends? And I promise right now that is the last Friends-based question, so don't worry about that. Finish the final line from Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri with a swell of blank and blank in place of the expected triumphalism.
no clue.
I'm not entirely sure what triumphalism is, but it's a dang good quote. Which of these is not a map in Rising Storm?
Sir, if you're gonna wear a bow tie, change your shirt and also change the bow tie. Don't like that combination at all. I don't know Rise and Storm either.
This CS:GO skin is the only one with the contraband rarity level.
Oh, two different things.
Designs.
Contraband actually
yeah,
means
yeah,
you can't
yeah.
get the skin
It doesn't
in
match
boxes
either. I
anymore
know.
because art
Whoever
from
dressed
it
him.
was found to be stolen later.
Because he didn't dress himself. Like, it had to been either Twitch or PC Gaming that dressed his ass.
This now defunct developer created the Star Control series.
Black bow tie or something.
Yeah. Get a little closer so they can even hear
In
you.
addition to a bunch of other games,
Yeah, 'cause
Accolade
it's not
also
picking
made
up
the
at all.
original Barkley Shut Up and Jam
Yeah,
game.
it's actually.
Which of these
thought of
names
this
is
one, not like others.
one of the starting pilots in Kerbal Space Program?
You alright? Yeah. You just got a little too close.
Yeah.
Alright, so today we enunciate.
I feel like Jeb
Enunciate
Bataille,
hard and
everyone knows
long.
Jeb from Kerbal Space Program. That's common knowledge at this point. What game evolved out of a student project called Narbacular Drop?
Yeah, Portal? Or Talos? Or Antic. Okay, it could be either. It could be either one of these. Portal.
I think we can all be happy that Valve went with something a little simpler than Narbacular Drop. In the first Dishonored, what's the name of the religious order of the Overseers?
I don't remember.
I don't think I got that far. I don't know.
Everyman is not exactly what I think of when I see mask-wearing accordion players, but, you know. In Papers, Please, you play as an immigration officer from what fictional country?
I don't know.
I think everyone remembers Glory to Arstotzka if you've played that game. In the beginning of Knights of the Old Republic, what is the name of the ship you wake up aboard? Maybe it's just me, but that is like, I think that's one of the hardest ones in this whole quiz. That is some granular Star Wars knowledge.
Yeah, because the
In Team
Ebonhawk
Fortress
is the
2,
ship you
which of these can
fly.
the Heavy not swap out his minigun for? The original minigun being named Sasha, so I don't know why he would want to swap it out anyway. In Mass Effect 2, how many different crew members can be romanced?
Mass Effect? Probably the highest. Probably 6. It was a high number.
Keep in
Yeah.
mind, we're not including Kelly in that count, so that might have thrown some people off. Which year gave us Quake 3,
That would've been
Unreal
7 then.
Tournament, and the original Counter-Strike beta?
I don't know. Not sure about that one.
And we also got things like EverQuest, Homeworld, and System Shock 2 that year. Which of the following is the actual name of a real esports organization?
The B? I know those guys.
Trick question, all of those ridiculous names
Okay.
belong to real esports teams. If I were to say to you, you fight like a dairy farmer, what would the correct response be?
E?
That's of course from Monkey Island's
Oh,
Insult Sword
yeah,
Fighting
yeah. It's like
series.
I heard
What
that
year
one
did
before.
Minecraft first become available on the PC? The first version I think was 0.0.11a, but that whole kind of generation was renamed to Minecraft Classic later on. What was the last PC game made by Bullfrog Productions before it was merged with EA UK in 2001?
Oh God, I don't know. A Populous? SimCoaster.
SimCoaster also might have been known as Theme Park Inc. if you were outside of the US. DayZ takes place in what
Oh,
fictional
yeah.
country modeled after a 225 square kilometer slice of the Czech Republic? Between that and Papers, Please, I feel like people might be running out of fake Soviet country names to make up. Which developer made the very first Sam
Because you
and
can't
Max
use Russia, apparently. Except for Russia is bleeding. Mother Russia is bleeding.
At one point, they tried to make a sequel, but all of the Sam & Max games since then have been made by Telltale. The original XCOM UFO Defense
so
was
much
developed
points.
by what two companies? Fun fact, it was actually also canceled during development, but kept on being made in secret. What is Dwarf Fortress's full name?
Isn't it something like ridiculously long? I think it's just Dwarf D, right?
I actually just thought it was Dwarf Fortress 2, but I don't think that full name would quite fit on a box if it ever gets a physical release. Which Warcraft 2 cheat made your units invincible? I just miss cheats in general. I feel like more games should have them nowadays, but which fictional conglomerate from Zork appears on various products throughout the series? Although keep in mind that appears in a
Too
Zork
close to
game
the
is actually
desk.
written out because it's all text-based. Of these kinds of anti-aliasing, which one would probably be the most demanding on your GPU?
Yes. Alright, I can just lean in.
Although DMXAA gonna give it to your PC as well. Which Kickstarter was the first to raise over $1 million in just a 24-hour
Wow, they actually
period?
had a bunch of questions for 15 minutes. That's actually pretty cool. Good way to pass the time.
Back then, Broken Age was still just the Double Fine
I was
Adventure.
eyeing
route.
that.
In Planescape Torment, you take on the role of this immortal character.
I haven't played it. I'm guessing the Undying one, or C.
I mean,
Oh,
if
I
his
was
name
completely
is the
wrong.
nameless one, then maybe he has a name? Which of these Resident Evil games was not released on the PC? Though keep in mind that those that were released on PC didn't always have the best ports.
Veronica? Yeah. That was a
Which one of
GameCube
these
and
is the name of an actual Neverwinter Nights
like
expansion?
GameCube and something else. Which one of these? I don't know. I don't know the expansions.
You could probably just grab random fantasy words out of a hat and get the name of an MMO expansion, so this one was pretty hard in my opinion. Which of these was the debut title in Creative Assembly's Total War series?
Medieval or Shogun?
We've come a long way since then. They went from samurai to orcs. That marks the end of our trivia challenge, which is actually a good thing because it means the PC gaming show is almost here. In just a few moments, Sean D9 Plot will grace the stage with his presence for a show full of announcements, new gameplay footage, and all things PC gaming. I've been your quizmaster.
Hopefully it'll
Tom
actually
Marks. Be
show
sure to
off
stick around
something
'cause you
good.
won't want to miss it.
Man, what yesterday was pretty crazy. Almost looks like the Ubisoft logo for a second. It's like, wait, Ubisoft?
Why do we call it the personal computer? Well, it's not just a box or a station, right? Your PC doesn't exist without you. And you don't just use your PC, you're its keeper. You're responsible for it. PC gamers get their hands dirty. We turn the screws, we clean the fans, we thread the cables. It's got your fingerprints
God,
on
the
it,
cables.
And that has a special kind of pride. We build our PCs, and through them, we build friendships.
And
rivalries.
enemies. Lots and lots of enemies.
And our
Mainly
reflexes.
the console realm.
We write stories. We make mods because
Oh,
we get to
you
decide what
play-
experience we
Get
want.
the hell out of my
What the f?
God bless you, modders.
Oh god.
PCs are scaffolding for our
That's actually the perfect
imaginations.
mod for Preston, man.
That's what PC gaming means to us. To build. And to give back to your hobby as much as it gives to you. This is the PC Gaming Show 2017.
Look at those frames per second, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and lovers of games.
It's
all over
Sean
the place,
Day 9
this
freaking
is
plot.
the PC Gaming Show, sponsored by Intel. How are you all doing this fine morning? Ah, yes. You're doing woo. That's excellent.
All right, I
I'm
might
your
have to
host,
turn 'em
Sean
up.
Day 9 Plot, and if you have never been to this show before, it's simple. We have a slew of incredible guests.
That's
who are
as
gonna
much
talk
as I
about
can
all
turn
their
'em up.
upcoming games, one after the
Oh,
other.
I gotta make sure
So,
nothing's
I'd like
got
to
turned
warmly
down.
welcome
That's
all
day
of
nine?
you for
That's
coming
day
out to
nine.
the beautiful Ace Hotel Theater
Okay.
in downtown Los Angeles. Twitch chat, it's a pleasure to have
Oh,
you
everything's
here.
boosted.
I know that you're currently being productive.
Dang,
and constructive in
you're the
chat
quietest
right now.
freaking thing.
Now, if you're interested in watching in another language, over at PCGamingShow.com, we have German, Spanish, Russian, Chinese. Feel free to head there, or stay right here for English coverage. And without any further ado, let's find out what's happening this year at
Nah,
the
it'll,
PC
it'll
Gaming
boost
Show.
everything. I can't turn it up on
This is the
OBS.
PC Gaming Show.
Yeah, they're like they're
Live
not.
from the theater at Ace
They haven't
Hotel
tested
in
their
downtown
quality.
Los Angeles, California. Coming up, Intel explores the future of PC gaming. New announcements from Xbox.
What? Oh, maybe for
Jordan
Windows
Weissman,
10.
the creator of MechWarrior, gives a first ever look at BattleTech's campaign. New footage for Middle-earth.
Yes.
Shadow of War.
More footage of that, please.
So excited for
A
that.
new game from Play Entertainment. New gameplay from Total War Warhammer 2. New announcements for PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
I think we already heard most
An
of it,
exciting
though.
reveal from Tripwire Interactive. And plenty more. Now, once again, Sean Plott.
Thank you so much, evil, omnipotent voice in the sky. Let's talk about our very first game. It is an expansion to the legendary and infamous turn-based strategy game, XCOM 2. Let's take a look.
Hello. Those frames per second. You know that there's gonna be a lot of people just bugging on them for that.
You're not supposed to be here.
2K.
At last, a true battle. If only you knew.
So this is their new game. Expansion, I guess.
There were 3 resistance groups that we consider a legitimate threat to Advent. Together, they'd make one hell of a fighting force. Too bad they hate each other.
So, you do exist.
They were sent here to purge the lost.
You are safe here.
You must understand, I had no choice.
That can't be good.
Advent Hobbit. I suppose we should begin then.
Now the real war begins.
Huh. Cool. A proper expansion.
Here with me to talk about XCOM 2 War of the Chosen is the
What Americans will look like after Trump's campaign.
Jake Solomon. Pleasure to have you here today.
This is very exciting. We finally get to talk about this. So yes, I'm very pumped. Thank you for having us.
Well then tell us, what is War of the Chosen all about?
Well, so the goal with this game really was to make something massive. So we added a ton of new enemies, lots of new soldier classes, new environments, story, strategy systems, just tons of new toys for players to engage with.
And I understand that it's an expansion that's even larger than any of the ones you've done previously.
Yeah, easily twice the size of the previous XCOM expansion. It is massive.
Well, let's go ahead and start talking about
Massive.
the content that's in there. Who are the Chosen?
The Chosen, right? You saw them, they starred in the trailer. So they were designed to be the ultimate enemies of XCOM. They are three almost champions of the alien army. And they have three very distinct personalities and three very distinct fighting styles. And the player is going to get to know those very well because over the course of a whole game, they're going to fight each of those Chosen multiple times. And the Chosen, just like the player, they get stronger over the course of the game. They learn new skills, new abilities. They even gain new procedural strengths that the player is going to have to contend with.
So in a sense, it's not like a normal enemy where you might see a Chosen in one battle and a Chosen in the next. It will be the same Chosen again and again and again, getting new strengths.
That's right. And so they always have something new up their sleeve because they're always learning sort of new tricks.
Well, you mentioned the personalities of the different Chosen. Walk me through who the Chosen are and what these strengths and weaknesses might be.
Give me a second,
so
guys.
For example, there's the assassin, and her personality is they always have something new up their sleeve because they're always learning sort of new tricks.
Well, you mentioned the personalities of the different Chosen. Walk me through who the Chosen
Now we
are
can
and
actually
what
hear
these
it.
strengths and weaknesses might be.
Twitch is,
for example, there's
a little
the
bit
assassin, and her personality
louder.
is tied up in duty and honor. She feels very honor-bound to serve her masters, her creators, and she does that, of course, by hunting down XCOM and killing soldiers, you know.
A natural expression of identity.
We're bringing back some familiar elements from earlier games, yes. And so,
Those teeth,
but
don't you want 'em?
combat-wise, she's a mix of stealth and close-quarters combat, so she can vanish from sight, and she uses that to get in close on the soldiers and use her blade. So, like the other Chosen, she's very powerful, and she has a sort of unique fighting style that the player hasn't seen before.
And we've talked about this new obstacle in the form of the Chosen. You know, mentioned the assassin. Who are the other two?
There's the hunter, that's more of a long-range sniper.
Yeah.
And then we have the warlock, which is, you know, a warlock. So, doesn't he look like a warlock? So yeah, they all have very unique skill sets, and so it's fun to fight each of them.
What about the new tools that players have in order to try to overcome this obstacle of the Chosen?
Yes, so as you saw in the trailer, XCOM is not the only resistance movement on Earth. So in War of the Chosen, you have these three factions out there, and like the Chosen, they all have distinct philosophies and distinct fighting styles. But for the player to get access to those, first they have to win those factions over. They have to recruit them to the XCOM cause. But when you do, you have access to the most powerful soldiers we've ever created. So
and we're taking a look at the Reaper right now. What's the gameplay of the Reaper?
That's right, the Reapers. So they are sort of stealth marksmen and saboteurs. Then we have the Skirmishers, which are actually defectors from the alien army.
Oh, that makes sense with the art style. Yeah, yeah.
Look at those fingers.
Look at those
so they're
fingernails,
half
man.
alien human hybrids, and they're sort of like single soldier wrecking crews. They're really powerful. And then we have the Templars, and they're the most mysterious of the factions. They are psionic wildlings, and they work a little differently because they build up power over multiple attacks
Nintendo's gonna
that
be
they
very
can
tiring.
then unleash in more devastating
We're already
abilities.
So it's
tired.
sort of like a mini resource management mechanic specifically for the Templar.
It definitely is. There's trade-offs there where as they gain focus,
Get
you
bored
either
when
want to
we
keep
talk
it
about
because
it.
it makes them stronger, or you can spend it on these really powerful abilities.
Now, in the trailer, we got the chance to briefly look at The Lost.
I mean, a
we didn't
lot of
see them
people
too
like
much.
that,
Wanted
but
to
at
get
the same
chance for you to
time, a
talk
lot of
about
people
them
don't
right
like
now. Who
that.
are
So,
Right, so
that they kind of
The
meet in the middle.
Lost, this comes
just
out
feel
of
like
the
it makes the
idea that the
hype go
original
down.
alien invasion
It does.
happened 20
I mean,
years
when-
ago.
And they may as well
And
just
in
keep
that
it up and keep
invasion,
on
the
showing
aliens
new stuff.
destroyed some of the
I don't think
greatest cities
PC
in the world, and
gaming,
we've never
they're
been back.
wanting to
So in
really
War of
hype
the
up
Chosen,
things. They're wanting to
we go
really
back,
show off
and what you
things,
find
get
there are the
deep
Lost,
and gritty into the
Bruce
details of
Hanson.
I
stuff.
thought that everyone in the cities died, but apparently they're alive and well. They're doing fine.
Yeah, as you can see, they've weathered the last 20 years really well. So Yeah, these are heavily mutated humans, and a single Lost is not going to pose much of a challenge.
Sure.
But unfortunately, you don't fight single Lost. They move in large swarms, and so when you go into the cities, these swarms
Grenades.
are drawn to the sound.
Lots
of
and lots of
combat,
grenades and
they never
explosions.
stop coming. And there is a silver lining, which is that the Lost don't like aliens either. So,
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so once the Lost show up, then everybody's fighting for their lives.
And I know that a big hallmark of the XCOM games is the sort of tactical maneuvers of the AI that, in the same way you're planning, it's planning too. But the Lost behave quite differently.
Yeah, they're mindless. So the idea is that you have this tactical combat going on.
I would
against
say
you
so many
versus
political
the
things
advent
right
of the
now.
aliens, and then all of a sudden,
Gonna
this
stay away
horde
from it.
shows up, and it throws everybody's plans out of whack. And then you can even have maps where they are chosen, lost. You're fighting
like,
the advent at the same time.
in the
It
morning,
makes
I
for
just
some
wanna say a
very,
lot
very
of, like,
beautiful
bad
chaos. It
things.
is definitely unlike
that-
any
is
other
that bad?
XCOM missions
That bad?
we've played.
Well, Jake, you're the first guest out, so I'm going to ask you the big question.
Okay.
When do we get to play it?
We get to play this. War of the Chosen comes out
There we
August
go.
29th, so
More
very
just
soon.
2
months.
That's right, very soon on PC, Xbox One, and PS4. So
All right.
people should
So it comes
follow
out on all the
XCOM on Twitter and
systems.
Facebook if they want to keep up
Except
with
for
all
Switch.
the latest XCOM information.
And Jake didn't want to do this, but I'm going to make him do it. Follow Jake on
Playing
Twitter.
Hearthstone.
It's at Solomon Jake. Follow
It's probably
him, say
what
hello, and
Sean
proud
wants
be
to
a
do right
follower.
now.
Yes, please.
Like,
please.
okay, I'm hosting
I don't like
E3 press
self-promotion.
conference, but
Don't
I
worry, I
want to
got
play
you covered.
Hearthstone.
At
Hey,
Jake
Sean, for
Solomon.
that. Thank you.
It's at Jake Solomon. At Jake Solomon. Thanks so much for joining me today. Jake Solomon.
He's
creative
losing
director
weight.
of XCOM 2.
Slowly losing weight. He was gaining some weight
Now-
not too long ago.
As some of you may know, I am not the only host at this event. Joining me to do all sorts of announcement goodies is a woman named Sonia Reed, but you may know her a little better as OMG It's Firefox. How's it going, Sonia?
Nope. Don't know her
Hi.
at all.
Thank you, Sean, and hello, you beautiful gamers. And whether you are
Who
checking
knows
us
me,
out
though?
online
No one.
or you're hanging out with us here today, I am super excited to be here and show you guys some awesome games. And you know what? I'm not going to wait. We're just going to get right into it. I want to show you a game called
Yeah, I
Bullets.
did- I
It is gonna be
never heard her
coming out
name. Probably
early
'cause she
next
has
year,
too many X's
and
in
it is
her
from
name.
an impressive studio of only 2 people called Glumberlands. So it's kind of a mashup between Harvest Moon,
theater
meets
is she in?
Pokemon,
Oh,
meets
she's just
Adventure
right above
Time,
it. Okay.
But even cuter, if you can imagine that. So I'm going to show you how to grow and customize your ooblets in this exclusive trailer.
Ooblets? Oh, it's a Double Fine game. Alright. Oh, it's that cutesy game I've been seeing. It's pretty much growing Pokemon with hats. What the heck? Oh man. Oh no, I can see Lucagen flipping her shit right now. It looks like a Nintendo project mixed with like Adventure Time. This is so weird. Oh man, they have things like customizing your home. Man, that reminds me of Animal Crossing.
Yeah,
I was like,
kind of reminds me of Animal Crossing.
just you're an actual human, and not some bulbous creature. Well, let's not lie. Your character is a bulbous creature, not a human. PC and Xbox One, 2018.
That trailer.
Alright. He was about to say something. He wasn't prepared for this. Alright, have a good one, Bevo. Thanks for staying for a bit.
Yes, Commander. Moving to position.
Battletech. Yeah.
That Ooblets trailer makes me oh so
There you go.
happy, and the previous one you just got the chance to see is the old school tabletop game Battletech, distilled into its purest form on PC. And here to talk about it from Harebrained Schemes is Jordan Wiseman and Mitch Gittleman. Welcome, gentlemen. It's a pleasure to have you up on stage.
Thank you very much.
Woo! Yes, that's the spirit. Oh, hell yeah. Now, there's been a lot of games based on Battletech. Tell us
We
about
did a
this
thing.
incarnation.
By all means. Battletech is a modern, turn-based tactical game set within the MechWarrior universe. There's going to be 3 modes of play. A single-player skirmish, a multiplayer skirmish, and then our open-ended mercenary campaign.
Well, I want to hop straight into some of that single-player content by taking a journey to the Argo. I understand that, there's all sorts of combat goodies that we're going to see in a moment, but the Argo is in between missions. Walk us through what we're seeing
Right, so
here.
the Argo is a broken down hulk of a spaceship from a bygone era, and it is your mercenary command center. You could take it all over space, going from star system to star system, and taking mercenary jobs from all sorts of different people, from petty dictators all the way up to the great lords and ladies of the noble houses. And from there, you can also command your entire mercenary crew. There's Samiri, she's your navigator, and you command her and all of your mech warriors as you take your jobs and upgrade your ship.
I'm curious a little bit about the storyline in the single player.
Sure. So you're going to see in a few moments Lady Kamea Arano. She's a deposed ruler.
And these names are reminding me of Battlestar
throne was taken
Galactica
by her
names.
uncle, and you are going to jump in and help her regain her throne. Of
course.
It's been plunged. The whole space has been plunged into a bloody civil war.
And these, of course, are the tools of negotiation and diplomacy called battle mechs. And here in the mech bay, which is one of the key components of the Argo, you're able to customize the mechs, adding different weapons, changing out weapons and armor, heat sinks, all that kind of stuff. Yang here is your master of ceremonies. He's one of the key crew members, because fixing these mechs after you come back from combat, you're a merc. You're
It's,
supposed to make
pretty
high money.
important.
Taking damage, sets you behind, and so that's a really delicate balancing act.
I can imagine that trying to get all the parts that you need for your ship can be a little difficult.
Absolutely. That's why things like, especially in this time in era where parts are scarce, battlefield salvage is an important part of the game. And that also gets
Looks
into,
good.
Like, when
I don't
you
know
take out
what
an enemy,
it is
try to
yet.
leave the parts you want.
You got to see some
you want to
gameplay.
hit them just hard enough to take them down. There's
Gotta
Lady
see some combat.
Kamea Arano there, and she's going to be the person you work for during the campaign. But of course, when the campaign ends, the single-player story ends, you can still play the open-ended
turn-based?
campaign, traveling around doing whatever you want. And there are the battle mechs.
Yes, now we're going to get a chance to look at the combat itself.
Oh, I think I
coming
might have
down
seen
from the
this
Argo,
game
you're descending into
before.
battle. Walk me through what we're seeing.
Yeah.
So Battletech
Yeah,
fits
I
the
see. I
environment,
remember
and
seeing this
like the
game
modern
from
tactical
TV.
game, the
He
environment
was
counts,
doing
like
an early
line of sight,
look at
sensors,
it.
Cover, even though you're friggin' 30 foot tall, covered in armor, hiding in a forest, still helps. It soaks off damage. And so all of those are kind of core components of any modern game, and especially facing, which is really important in this game.
Facing really matters in BattleTech. Battle mechs aren't giant bags of hit points. Instead, they have 11 different armor locations. There's internal structure. They have the internal components, these critical slots filled with all sorts of important pieces. So what you're trying to do is strip off the armor from one location.
If there's any
and
type
then
of
keep your
game that I
facing
could
to try and penetrate it, get to the
play
juicy
that's
bits.
kind of like
I
this,
see
it would probably be a
diagram at the
Mech
top
Warrior game.
reminiscent of the original tabletop
Yes,
game, which I
indeed.
actually played as a kid. And I mean, like,
As a kid, huh? Thanks, pal.
I mean, I understand that it's the same sort of idea where damaging the arm disables that weapon, but the mech
Absolutely.
can keep going.
And you keep going at it, you blow that arm off, and they lose those weapons.
And the
you s-
back is really juicy and tasty too. You get around the back of a battle mech and penetrate.
Ooh, choice
I said
words.
that out. We're live, right?
We'll allow it. We'll allow
there
it.
you go. What you just saw there is Melee. One of the things we're really excited about. I mean, mechs were not only weapon systems; they're giant, armored suits. And so going up and being able to slug and kick and just even put a foot through a cockpit or death from above, jump up and slam down on mechs. All that stuff is supported in this game. And
You
very
really want to
exciting.
manage your heat too. You're walking. These mechs. The pilots are sitting on a giant nuclear reactor, basically, and so you really want to watch your heat. How much?
Like this
your
guy here is
your
overheating.
different weapons do, because
It
if
is
you shut down in
overheating.
combat, you are quite vulnerable.
It's been really fascinating to watch.
If anyone's played a Mech Warrior game, you shoot an engine that's like red hot, it will go down like
Why, Sean, they
You
can
know,
go to
2 times the speed.
BattleTechGame.com. That's BattleTechGame.com.
interesting.
Come find us on BattleTechGame.com.
And if you're interested in
Easy as
used mech,
pie.
this is the guy to talk
That's
to.
right.
If you can't find us,
Now,
you're
I'd like to
stupid.
state again, BattleTechGame.com. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Jordan, Mitch, it's
Just
been a
remember,
pleasure.
Thank you.
BattleTechGame.com.
Now, our very next
Sean, your
game
goofy
you may
smile.
recognize from PC Games past. To talk about it, we got Sonya in the
He always smiles
mezzanine.
is just like one side of his
Thank you,
face.
Sean. Our next game is going to come to us from our friends at Tales World Entertainment, and they have been working on an awesome open-ended action medieval RPG game.
Medieval?
So I don't want to waste any more time.
She said
Let's just
medieval.
Get right into it. We're going to check out the
It's
trailer
Medivas.
for Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord.
All right. I don't know this company. Oh wait, is this what I think it is? I don't remember the name, but I think it's Mountain Blade 2. Yeah, this is the game I've been waiting for. All right. I just wish they were showing it in higher frames. This is literally 30 frames or less. This game looks awesome though. I'm ready for this game. Because you can technically make an army out of your chat in a way. This is gonna be pretty cool. Yeah, like during this game you control one character, but you can command a whole army. And, you know, the rules. You try and win the fight, but you also try and survive that fight. Because you can't take as much damage as everyone else as well. So it can get pretty freaking hard. So it's very risky getting in the fights. But most times it's worth it. Because you're a soldier. You're not a politician. As I always see it in battle, if you take a life, you're gonna save a couple other lives. That's a lot of arrows in that dude. Mountain Blade 2, Bannerlord. The game's looking good. I just wish there was higher frame rates in that trailer.
Mountain Blade 2 here at the
Whatever.
PC Gaming Show. Now, I know we've just gotten started and we've seen XCOM and Ooblets and Battletech. We would love to hear your thoughts. Use hashtag PC Gaming Show. Let us know what you think. We'll even put some of the tweets up here live.
I think the only
Not all of the
hashtag
tweets, 'cause
I'm
that
using
would be
right
a
now
disaster.
is the
Some of you on Twitter really need to
E3DT.
pull it together. But either way,
Which,
we'd be
speaking of
thrilled to hear your
E3DT,
thoughts.
support
Coming up
your
next, we have
Humble Bundle charity.
Sequel to Total War
Yeah,
Warhammer
there's a
1.
button down below
It's
the,
Total War
screen.
Warhammer 2. I'm joined by Al Bickham from Creative Assembly.
How you doing?
How's it going, Al?
Yeah, really good. Good to be here.
So tell me, what is it that's been going
Good to
on
be
since
here.
your announcement a few months ago?
Quite a lot, really. I mean, this is we're working
It's warming
on
up.
the second game in our
He has a lot to
trilogy.
say.
It's going to be every bit as big as the first game, but we're layering on. We're sort of doubling down on all the stuff that made the first
Yeah,
game
double
so
down
fun,
or nothing.
which is real diversification between the factions and a whole range of new kind of gameplay extras in the campaign game as well. So.
Cool.
4 new factions set across 4 new continents.
There's
and a
4 new
part of the world.
factions, is there?
Yep, 4 new factions, yep.
I
We've
thought
got
there were
the-
2 big ones we were talking about.
No, well, we're focusing on
Well
the
then.
High Elves and the Lizard Men at the moment.
Yeah.
But there's the Dark Elves as well, and another
Oh, they're talking
fourth
about
race
this game
which
now.
we have yet to announce.
I was not listening.
I know, terrible, isn't it?
Well, Al, talk to us a little bit about the High Elves and the Lizard Men.
Right, so...
Oh, they're going to be talking about
So they're both
Skaven and all
essentially
that as well.
working towards the same goal
So,
in the campaign game, which is to heal the Great Vortex, which is a...
'Cause come
sort
on,
of
the
unique
Skaven
feature
are
of the
coming.
campaign map, which ties the whole narrative of the game.
The Skaven
together.
are coming. The
But
Skaven are coming.
Even those in the Warhammer world with the same aims will inevitably come to
I need
blows
to
at
play
some
the
point,
first
so
one like
that's what
really
that's what we'll be
deeply.
showing today.
And we're going to be
Deeply and
looking at what is
satisfyingly.
called a quest battle between the High Elves and the Lizard Men. Walk us through a little bit of what we're about to see.
Okay, so this is we're about to show some footage from a quest battle for Krokgar, who's one of the legendary lords for the Lizard Men.
So this is a
And one of
trailer
his
that
quest
we've
battles
all
is the Battle for
seen.
the Fallen Gates. So you'll
So-
see the massed Lizard Man forces trying to oust
Yeah.
the High Elves as they try and they're sort of meddling in an ancient power side
Oh.
of the Lizard
Oh.
Men.
Well, I'm very excited to take a look. There's going to be some
Having
in-game
technical
footage
difficulties.
from the Battle of the Fallen Gates.
It's my show in a nutshell, huh? Okay. It's totally my stream. Whoa, look at those things. Lizards riding lizards. This is awesome. Dragons, yes. Thank you. wyverns. Got freaking dinosaurs. Ooh, 28th of September.
September 28th, Al. That is the first time I think we've got the chance to see that official release date.
Yep, we're announcing that today. We're officially out on the 28th of September. So we're available for pre-orders now. We've got an early adopter bonus, which is a really significant sort of bunch of new content.
I think it's ironic that you're playing Hearthstone while Sean plots day.
So yeah,
it's okay. Sean, look what I'm
I want
playing.
to take a step back, and I want to have you talk a little bit about what it was that we just saw in the Battle of the Fallen Gates.
Right, so as I mentioned, this is a quest battle, and this is the Lizardmen versus the High Elves.
Right.
And this is what we've got playable here at E3 this week. So you'll be able to take control of the Lizardmen in that battle and experience that immense diversity and all the crazy stuff that's going on in their army.
Getting blowback. It's
They're
not good.
essentially an army of
Burst some
ancient
eardrums.
spacefaring dinosaurs. And they, small dinosaurs that ride big dinosaurs with
Bless
Aztec
you.
space lasers, and it's playing with Warhammer.
It's just dinosaurs
Bless
all the way down.
All the way up and all the way down. Yeah. So and Warhammer gives us these toys to play with to make the game.
Okay,
It's awesome.
cool.
Well, backing out of the battle, I know that the campaign map in Total War Warhammer was a big hit. What's going on?
It's always a
with the
big,
campaign level
it was like half the game,
So in
or
Warhammer 2,
more
we've
than
got a
half
ton
the
of new
game. It's like
campaign
90%
features
of
which
the
lead
game.
you to kind of explore and discover and gain new abilities and that kind of stuff. And it's all based around a sort of overarching narrative. So all the races are in tension right until the end. But we're also, shortly after launch, we're also releasing a free update for the game, which will bring the combined campaign map into play, which is the landmass from Warhammer 1 and Warhammer 2 together in a gigantic campaign map where you can play any of the
That's
races
awesome.
that you own.
Damn, two
both
maps
games,
being
Well, I understand
combined.
you have presence here at E3,
That's
not
pretty
just
damn
in
cool.
this show, but also on the floor. What are players going to get the chance to play there?
Yep, so they can play the Battle of the Fallen Gates. We've got two difficulty modes, so a kind of starter difficulty mode and a veterans difficulty mode. And they'll also get to see, we're also rolling, when you play it, you'll see the actual campaign map as well. We've put a video together that details loads of the new features in the campaign map, so you can actually see that in action as well. So if you get a chance, go play. It's really good fun.
Well, Al, I
Shaking
want to thank you
everything.
for coming out and talking to us
Sorry.
today about
My
Total
pleasure.
War Warhammer
I
2.
know.
Once again,
That
feel
chair
free
sucks.
to check it out on the E3 floor. Or
You can always
if you're at
switch
home,
if you
there'll
ever
be
need
tons of
to.
footage and updates about the Battle of the Fallen Gates. Now, our next
We can
game
switch and
is
then,
in the
Ubisoft.
card game
How about that?
genre, a genre where no matter how hard I
So
try,
Lara will be
I
sitting
wind
in
up
this
playing
seat.
bad decks and having fun.
Ubisoft.
Here to talk about the upcoming
I'll most
expansion
likely
for
be hiding my
Shadowverse
head in
is
shame
Kripparrian.
because of Ubisoft.
Hey guys, how's it going? Kripparrian here. Today I want to talk to
Crip.
you guys about Shadowverse.
That nerd.
Shadowverse is one of the best card games out there because it
Actually, we don't need to
basically
hide
just does
ourselves. It's
everything
Crip.
right. Every time I log into Shadowverse, I have an amazing experience.
Got
I
two
can play
Hearthstone players.
whatever.
I know, that's
type,
two
whatever
Hearthstone
deck,
players. What the
whatever
heck?
Cards,
Crip
anything I
and
wanna do.
freaking
And of
Day
course,
9.
every time there's new cards added to the game, this whole thing gets
He's
forwarded,
saying it's one of the
and
best card
really the
games
game gets
out there,
so
but he only
much
ever plays
richer.
Hearthstone.
I
And with
know.
that, ladies
He's
and
been playing
gentlemen,
different
I mean, he
games
plays one of
lately.
the
worldwide debut of the Wonderland Dreams trailer.
Wait, is it part of a team now? Shadowverse. So another card game.
I have a book for thee, like no other. Each page a window to a long-lost land, where fairy tales dovetail with myths, and wishes give birth to legends grand. Knights and dragons.
Is that a guy jousting with a
wistful
donkey?
Love. Within this book,
Waifu?
all ambitions bloom. But be warned, my fickle friend.
I know.
A dark abyss awaits us all.
Swan,
Lake. No, no, not Swan Lake.
For
The
blood-pricked
Disney one.
roses
It's not
wishes
Disney,
be.
but Swan Princess.
Swan
But
Princess.
fear
Oh,
not
yeah, I think
to
so.
bite life's fruit.
Yeah,
For
they're
Yeah,
Disney.
these are all like Disney themed.
Courage
That's
is
weird.
key. With bated breath, the door sweeps
Well, they
open,
are supposed to be fairy tales, right?
glory bound or purged in flame. The hand you choose defines your
But it's like
fate.
anime themed.
I know.
Oh,
So
dude.
I ask you,
I might actually
is this
check it
really
out.
just a game?
I'm just not a card game though. You're more of a card person than I am, because you actually play them.
Thank you, Psy Games, and thank you, Crip. As you know, technology is an extremely important component to games, especially with the ever-increasing power of hardware and with new demands coming from VR. Here to talk a little bit about tech in games is the leader of the software development group at Intel. It's Doug Fisher. Doug, come on out.
Doug motherfucking Fisher.
How you doing, Sean?
Hey, thanks for joining us, Doug.
It's great to be here.
I want to thank you, Doug, for coming out, and of course,
Kramer man, get the hell out of there. You probably got yelled at.
And since Doug has a whole bunch
I
of
would
exciting
hate to
stuff
work
to
a
say,
conference
I'm
like
going to
this.
give the
There's so
stage
much
to
Stressful,
Doug.
man.
Goodbye.
Hey, good morning, everyone. I am very excited to be here. And I'm very excited to talk to the PC gaming community about all the announcements we made this morning from Intel. I'm a software guy, you're the gamers. All these announcements are very relevant to everything we do. You know, 2016 was an amazing year by all measures in gaming. Look at the number of live streams in Twitch, over 2 million new live streams.
Great.
Over 300 million esports enthusiasts.
I should be like happy
And
about
look at the
that,
growth
but
in
no.
VR. 2017 is going to be even more amazing. And why? Because of you. It's because of you in this room, the PC gamers. It's because of you on the broadcast. You are the ones
Because
that
of you.
bring the innovation that we create. You drive us to innovate. You are on the edge of technology all the time with you. You have that instinct on what the new capabilities are that we need to deliver. And then you have this amazing,
What does he have in his hand?
inclusive, and social environment.
Get a
Young, old, male, female,
Walkie-talkie?
tech, non-tech. Millions of people getting together, inspiring each other
It's a bomb.
to immerse themselves.
It's
in
gonna
this
blow up
environment.
Ubisoft.
Now, it starts at
This
Intel
is
with
gonna blow up
amazing
Ubisoft.
hardware technology. We've talked about the launch we had 2 weeks ago of our X
Isn't
series
his battery pack for his
platforms.
mic?
Now, you gaming enthusiasts will love the Core i7X overclocking capability. It's an amazing system.
He probably needs
And you
something in his hand to
megatasters that wanna
focus on
game,
talking.
Create, stream, will love the beast of
Some
them
people
all,
are like
the
that. I
Core
think I'm kinda like that at
i9
times.
Extreme Edition.
Like sometimes I'll
An
grab the
amazing
Hearthstone
system for
like
this environment.
squishy and I'll just
Now,
talk.
as a software person, I love this environment. I love this hardware. Because why? It gives software people
Say,
less
look,
time
I got a
waiting,
Hearthstone squishy.
more time creating that amazing content. I work with over 1 million gaming developers to ensure they take full advantage of all that innovation we put
Man,
on our
1 million
platform.
gaming
Whether
developers?
it's working on
Man,
the
I'm
caching
sorry.
algorithms or the high-density graphics or multi-core, it doesn't matter, all the different areas, the best-known methods. We ensure these millions of developers are making the most out of that platform, delivering the best content. Then we work to market that so that all the gamers out here, the billions of gamers, know the new
Billions.
compelling content that's available.
Oh, he has a button that you activate something.
And this is just an example
Wait,
of some of the titles
so
we
he can-
work with. I'm sure
he
you
can
recognize
be the
a
one
lot
that
of these
activates
titles.
things.
These are
Okay.
just a few examples, whether it's
This
Halo
took a
Wars
while
2
for it to
or
activate.
Overwatch, or in the VR space, where it's Arizona Sunshine or The Unspoken. We're working with all these content providers to ensure they take full advantage of all those new
I
capabilities.
don't know. I don't think I
How
ever
many
heard
people
of
have heard of
Unspoken.
Destiny? Yeah.
Sadly, I'm not a Destiny
I
fan,
couldn't be
by the
more
way, guys.
excited
Me and Laura
to tell you that
were
we
going to
worked
be
with
Destiny
Bungie
fans, and then
Activision
we
to
actually
bring
played it.
Destiny
I was like,
2
oh,
to the PC.
okay.
That, yes, yes.
So we bought
Bring it to
two
the PC, yes,
PS4
bring
and
it
2
up.
games for it. And it just like, wow.
That experience is absolutely amazing. And I can't think
Man,
of a
what
better
a
person to
letdown
talk
Destiny
about how
was.
amazing that
Holy
experience
crap.
is than the full-time live Twitch streamer and YouTube broadcaster. Welcome on stage, Tefty Teft.
Who?
Hey, Tefty.
I don't. He must be a
Good,
Destiny
great to see
player.
you.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here.
So you.
I got
do
famous
live,
because of
breathe,
Destiny.
sleep, drink
No.
Destiny.
I play a lot of Destiny. I've
Yep.
got thousands of hours, hundreds of raids completions. I've built my community around Destiny on Twitch, and I'm a co-host
Guess what? When
for,
Destiny goes
one of the
away,
founding
you
co-hosts
go
of Destiny
away.
Community Podcast, one of the biggest
That's what
podcasts
happens when you focus
specifically
on
for
one
Destiny.
game,
So
man.
I know
You just
a lot
don't do
about
that.
Destiny, and I play
I mean,
a lot of
people
it.
That's great.
Get,
So
make a
when you
living
play it,
off of one
have you
game, but
experienced
when
it on
that game
PC?
goes away,
I have.
what are you
yeah,
gonna
I got
do
to
after
play it at
that?
the event. I gotta say the PC
I don't
experience
know.
is amazing.
Maybe if
As,
your
as
community
somebody
is
who's played a lot
loyal
of
enough,
hours in
they'll
Destiny and
move
everybody
with you.
knows
Kind of like
how
Tali
it's gonna
says.
transfer, how's the
Like when
experience gonna go
WoW
from console
eventually
to
dies one
PC,
day,
are
which
they
might
gonna
not
actually
be
able
for
to
a very
deliver?
long
And I can
time.
say 100%,
Tali said he's going to
100%
move
sure
somewhere
that the
else,
PC
and
experience is
hopefully his
incredible.
community
When I
will
got to
follow
play
him.
it, I was blown away. I popped Dawnblade, using mouse and keyboard, and rain and fire from above. It was amazing. You guys, if you're a fan of Destiny,
He has a voice,
you're
though.
gonna love Destiny 2.
I like his voice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
He has a nice voice.
Is anybody out here going to be
compared
able to
to mine.
participate and play with this?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I
It's
don't
gonna
have
be on
a
the-
very
it's-
nice voice.
It's going to be on the show floor. The other thing too is they've got tons of PC support as well. That's being added.
You
to
just
it.
say
So
that.
4K is going to be beautiful looking. It's got 21:9 ratio, uncapped frame rates. I mean, for me personally, I'm going to be looking at pushing 144 or higher for FPS because it's going to be so nice. And yes, absolutely. On top of that, Bungie has told me something specific that is exciting for the
That's all I
high
could
CPU
think about.
core
Some
count
like
chips.
gremlin in the
They're
background, like
optimizing the engine,
curling
so
his
it'll
fingers.
Take advantage of all the cores in your CPU. So if you do have an i9 Extreme, which hey, you know,
I got a GTX
maybe hook me
980,
up.
so I don't have a
If you have an
1080 or
i9
anything like
Extreme,
that.
It'll be able to take advantage of
Oh,
all
those
cores.
chuckles.
That is that's great. As an enthusiast, PC enthusiast myself, I'm very excited about that potential for Destiny 2. I can't wait to run it out.
Because I'm so
max
tired of playing
with
on
as
the
many frames as
PS4. Jesus
possible.
Christ.
Well, fantastic. You guys all have a chance to take a look at it. Maybe you and I can play later today.
That'd be
'Cause
great.
That's all
Alright,
he's
it's
been
gonna
able to
be on
play
the,
on. He's probably been
E3
wanting to
show
play
floor,
on the
so.
PC
Fantastic.
forever.
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Shefty.
Appreciate
All
it,
right.
Doug.
Thing is, his community is probably all PS4 people. So when he starts playing on the PC, they're gonna get
I love
pissed.
that experience. Nothing
Hope he's
says it
talked
like
to his
that, right?
community about that.
All
Say,
right,
do you
so
still
it's
want
not
me to
just
play
about
on the
top
PS4 or
8
what?
list titles, but also it's about
Hopefully he's
the
been playing on
broad
the
set of
PS4 or not.
developers we
Yeah,
participate
it's-
with.
no,
The
Xbox
independent
One, yeah.
developers. You can see examples of properties that they've
Overgrowth.
developed. We want to make sure everybody's developing and creating content on the PC
That
to
looks
create
like a
more
pretty
and more
interesting
opportunity
game.
to participate in that.
I think all those games are
We're
unfinished.
inspiring these developers through a contest called Level Up. Take a look at the sponsors between Intel. You got Green Man
Razer.
Gaming, Epic, and Razer sponsoring this event. We have real luminaries judging, like Tim Schafer. Yes, Tim Schafer is going to be judging this contest.
And?
The winner will be announced at PAX
Just Tim-
West
just Tim.
in Seattle
Okay.
in September. I encourage you to participate. It's a great event. It's a great opportunity for independent developers to get involved and participate. And why do we care? As a software guy, why do we care? Because we want more and more content out there. We want more opportunities for games for others to
It would be a
participate.
system without games.
We want to discover the next big thing on the PC. We don't know where it's going to come from. So we want lots of people participating on our platform.
book is nothing
so the
without
next
its
big thing
words.
is built on top of the PC.
Says,
And you, everybody here,
Gotta have a
all
game,
you
man.
gamers, you can participate as well. I'm certain as you're participating in a game, you've thought of something new, unique that you'd like to bring to reality. This is your opportunity to be one of those developers as well, or at least influence one of those developers and create that amazing immersive experience. Whether you're a gamer, content creator, or even esports.
Hey, look,
Now,
something we
speaking
can't
of
afford.
Esports, we had two exciting announcements today in the esports arena, pun intended.
That was a pun?
With ESL.
I didn't get it.
Being,
What was
we
the
have
pun?
A landmark deal with ESL.
Wait, did I
Intel
miss
is
it?
now the
Oh,
global
what?
technology
No one laughed.
provider
No one-
for
oh.
esports for ESL. That's great news for everybody in the gaming community because
Photo
the
is
latest
more funny
technology
than
we
his
use
joke.
for the events, for the studios, the back-end operations, and the streaming capabilities during the event, you'll have the latest technology at those events. Now, the thing I love about sports, and I'm a traditional sports admirer as well, is they have this tradition around these things called a Grand Slam, whether it's tennis, golf, rugby. They have a Grand Slam.
I like how Beavis
And there's
still
no
a freak
reason
night.
we can't have that in
I think his
esports.
next
And that's
rank
why
is
we're
called
excited
Pigs-
with
Pigs in the
Oculus,
Blanket Night
ESL, and Intel
for
are
20 hours.
sponsoring the Grand Slam event, Intel Grand Slam. And all these leagues getting together, and the first team to win 4 of the 10 events will be the Grand Slam winner. They'll collect their traditional
just
prize,
CS:GO?
but in addition, they'll get another $1 million bonus. for
$1
being the Grand
million
Slam winner.
dollar.
$1 million.
I'm having a hard
right.
time speaking. I need to grab my thingy a little harder.
I was so excited about the announcement today around Echo Arena.
Echo.
They've taken this property and now are making it
Tron?
VR multiplayer. Do you guys see that announcement today?
It looks like
So
Tron
great.
a little bit.
They're creating the multiplayer VR experience and bringing it to life in this platform. We're so excited about it at Intel, and we want so many people to start participating with it. We are sponsoring a deal in conjunction with Oculus to make this available with Oculus free of charge for limited time at launch. So all of you can play with this game free of charge starting July 20th.
It's gonna be big. It's gonna be
You now can
huge.
Participate, learn, and become an expert in VR gaming. Now, I know when you become an expert, what do you want to do? You want to showcase those skills. Wouldn't it be awesome if you had an opportunity to showcase those skills?
Yeah, it's called Twitch.
That's why we're super excited to work together to create the VR Challenge. With Intel, Oculus, and ESL, we're
Better have a
creating
big
the
enough room,
VR
man.
Challenge.
Especially
It's
with a
virtual
VR
challenge in the
esports
VR
type
arena.
of game.
Yeah. And everybody's going to compete.
You're gonna have to have a
and the
huge room
end of it's
because
gonna
those guys are
be
gonna go
in
nuts.
Poland at the Intel Extreme Masters, where the finals will be in 2018.
That would be kind of fun to see, like
Book
a
your
VR
tickets now. It's
esports
gonna be
game,
a
though.
crazy event.
Just to see them like fumble
Now, I know
around on
everybody likes a
stage.
challenge, everybody's excited
Oh,
about
that'd be so fun! I
give
was
you a
like,
challenge.
yes.
All
Oh,
hit
drinking
today.
game. Every time they fall.
Just participate at Intel Gaming. Follow at Intel Gaming.
They better
and
not be
you'll have a
sitting there, else you have
chance
to take 3
by
shots.
participating there to win one of 3 great prizes: one from Oculus, one from Asus, and one from iBuyPower. You'll have a chance to win one of these
I
prizes
tried to do
just by
business with
participating
iBuyPower.
in this
I couldn't.
challenge.
No,
And
actually,
don't
no.
dismay, all
I did
of
business
those
with
will
iBuyPower.
have
It's
points
CyberPower. I
in the
can't.
system.
I can't do business
it's
with
a great
CyberPower
opportunity to
because
play,
they just didn't.
participate,
They
and
sent
bring
me a
up that challenge.
defective product.
So the future is here now. The future of gaming. You can just feel it growing and growing.
I support
You see the immersive
iBuyPower.
capabilities.
They made a
why
good
is
computer.
that happening? Because we have amazing Intel hardware. As a software person, that helps me participate in creating amazing and compelling content and those new immersive experiences we all want to have. So the realm of possibilities are here now. An example of that is VR. So I'm stepping away now. I'm going to go up and look at the
you have
Echo
your,
platform, Echo Arena. See
tattoo
how it goes. and I'll
photo
be
on
back in a minute.
Instagram?
So Sean?
Not yet. Okay. Well, if you guys ever want to apply see her tattoo photo, Lara's new tattoo, follow her on Instagram.
Thanks
Aurora
again
Light.
to Intel
Is it
for
Aurora Light?
sponsoring this event. Keep in mind, if you look at the time, we're not even halfway done yet. We have all sorts of games still
Something
yet
really
to be
weird.
announced. So let's go ahead and
All
look
right.
at what's to come.
You're watching the PC Gaming Show. Coming up, Brendan Green joins us to talk about the future of his smash hit, PlayerUnknown's Battleground.
Because it's a
And
battle royale
a new
game.
for
It's
Clay
the shit
Entertainment.
right now. Sadly.
Back to you, Sean.
I'm so tired of battle royale, survival games, and some other things like that. Just tropes.
It's time to take a
Games.
look at an upcoming game up in the mezzanine with Sonya. How's it going, Sonya?
Thank you,
How's
Sean.
it going,
so,
bruh?
As a Firefox, this is a game that pulls on my heartstrings and does not let go.
Wait, what?
And I just want to hear more about it. And
Firefox?
luckily, I've got the perfect person to talk to today. I am joined by Felix Kramer, on the game formerly known as
Your last name's Kramer?
Secret Legend. But you've got some special announcements. I
Bow,
saw some
bow,
secretive
bow,
tweets from the
bow,
Dyson
bow,
Twitter
bow, bow.
account.
You
Bow,
did.
bow.
Do you want to talk about that? Well, you're exactly
Seinfeld.
right. We were known as Secret Legend, but today we're announcing our new name, Tunic. So you can head to
Tunic?
tunicgame.com to find out more
This
about
is
that.
Zelda inspired?
And we're announcing that we're pairing with
Is this-
publisher
are you gonna be
Finji,
playing as
who
Link's
you may know
cousin?
from their incredible work on Night in the Woods and Overland.
So exciting.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So I want to tell you, it wasn't just the fox that sold me on this game. I love the beautiful, charming graphics, and honestly, I just want to see more of it. Can we check out the trailer?
Let's do it.
Shaw. Shut up now. Let's look at this game. Oh, interesting. Oh. Oh, I love it. Oh, this is inspired by Zelda. Do you see how they cut that grass? All right, you're gonna see some more Zelda shit. Okay, does this little fox do a full spin? Oh, I love the art. All right. Uh-oh. Boss fight. Or guardian fight. Ooh. Okay. Looks like that game can get pretty intense. They're muted. They're muted. They don't know it.
Thank you, Sonya. Now, our next title that we'll be talking about
I don't think they noticed they're muted.
Honestly, a huge surprise
They were talking
hit,
and
having
they
just
didn't.
surpassed 3 million sales. You may recognize it as one of the 3 most
God,
played
really?
and broadcast
3 million?
games on Twitch right now. It's PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, and I'm literally next to PlayerUnknown right now. Brendan Green, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for making an unfinished game, sir. And it'll probably be unfinished for the next 2 or 3
Yeah.
years. Thank you.
Thank you.
I gotta say, it has been amazing to see the runaway
Yep.
success of your
It was
game.
on,
What's it been
It
like?
was
for
on
you?
Microsoft's.
I mean, really, the reaction we've got from players and content creators has been tremendous. And
At least they're
thank you
doing
to
something
everyone.
compared to like H1Z1's Daybreak.
both of the joy of
They're
winning
actually
and
fixing their game little
Well,
by
I guess
little.
the joy of a bullet
which is
flying
nice.
through my head out of nowhere, and I'll never know why.
You got to learn to love the salt. Love it.
Well, I understand that even though a lot of people treat the game almost as a full release right now,
Yeah.
it's still technically not
It's
released yet. And
such.
there's a
If
whole
you
lot
think
more
that's
to
a
come.
full
Talk to us
release
little bit
game,
about
you need a reality
what's in
check.
store.
So we have, our focus at the moment is to sort of stabilize the game, get the servers up to spec, but also we have, 2D, 3D replays planned for in-game replays. We have new weapons coming every month.
That guy threw a grenade and it bounced off the top of the window. It's like, you dumb
competitive and stable.
So suddenly fences are no longer the most
Oh,
impossible
you can
object
climb
in the game.
over
You
those
climb
now.
over them
Yeah. So our content programmer Marek, he's done a really great job getting this system to be dynamic.
Good
So it doesn't matter
job.
what
You're
object
actually
you're in front of,
improving
you
your
jump
game.
over.
Oh my
Yeah, so in
god.
terms of jumping and vaulting,
That's
is
so
it-
cool. It's actually looking a little bit more polished.
Is it sort of? when
Wait, you can
say that
vault
it's
over your
dynamic,
car
does this
now?
mean that the taller the
Dude,
obstacle, the more
can you do it
difficult
with a
is to climb
gun?
over,
Yeah,
because you
exactly. And
climb
it has
over
different animations for each different thing. So vaulting, climbing.
Weather?
And we also have weather.
Yes.
One of my favorite aspects.
Weather
of
in
course, is the
freaking
rain
because I know it
Walk me through
rains.
what we're seeing here.
So this
What
is
else?
our new
Fog?
weather settings. This is fog. You just saw clear day. Our rain,
Rain,
has been tweaked a
very
little bit as well.
heavy slip
and
precipice.
we also have our sunset coming in. So this
Sunset?
Really,
Oh, yeah, they're gonna have
happy
night
with
too, I
It's-
guess.
That's
It's quite
beautiful.
Yeah.
And what is the
All
impact
right.
on gameplay of these
One
types
last
of
thing.
things
That's
with
it?
weather?
It just changed dynamic. So this
yeah,
is
I'm not
new gun.
Yes, this is the OTS Groza. It's a 7.62 bullpup, super powerful, crate only. It's
Crate
gonna be a
only.
beast.
Is it a short range, long range? Where's the
Medium
utility?
to medium, short to medium, it's going to be a beast. It's going to be super powerful,
Yeah.
and then long range, it'll work as well.
And I remember before
really
you came
wanna
on the
work
show,
on it.
I asked, why did you put that gun in? And I think your answer was,
It just looks cool.
It looks cool.
Yeah,
It
Just
yeah,
looks
it's-
really cool.
It's like we wanted to add a bullpup and we wanted to add something else to the 7.62 class, and this is a Spetsnaz weapon. It just looks great.
it looks cool, as good as reason as any, honestly. I want to come back to the weather effects. Obviously, they look beautiful. What are some of the impacts that you've seen on the gameplay with the new weather effects?
Well,
Does
it's
it
just going to change the way
affect driving?
you play. So it's not necessarily going to be you're going to be sniping all the time. With the foggy weather, you're going to have to choose a more kind of CBQ type play style. But it's
Yeah.
just again to give you a bit of variety and make
I
every
like
game
that.
kinda different.
Shooters need more
Talked a little
weather
bit about what we've
effects.
seen in the video, but talk to me about
Dynamic
long-term.
ones
What's
too.
far down
Like
the
that's
line
what
for
makes
PlayerUnknown's
Battlefield 1 so cool.
So again,
is
we
like
wanna
in the
finish
middle
up
of a
the-
fight,
the
it gets
platform
really
and make it a
foggy
good
and it gets
platform for all kinds of
intense.
game modes.
Just to
We
see
will have
bullets
modding
whiz
down the line
past
as
you
well.
through the fog. It's so
it's, again,
beautiful
it's
and just
creating a stable platform.
intense.
That's our aim here.
I love
I
that
understand that you're
stuff.
also working on new maps.
Yeah, so we have 2 new maps coming. One based in Peru, a desert map with sort of ruined cities with sandstorms and stuff.
That's awesome.
Makes me want to
And
just
then
play
this other one in the
Battlefield now.
Adriatic, so it has even.
I don't want to play.
ruined
I don't want to play
cosmodrome in the center of the
PlayerUnknown. I
map with,
want to
like,
play
snowfall
Battlefield.
and I'm excited.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I know that you've been super involved with the community of regular players. What's in store for those people playing the game right now?
So as I said, we
Which
have our
isn't
custom
Battlefront
games.
2 getting
We
like
have the
dynamic
3D
weather as
replays,
well?
which I'm really
Yeah, all
excited
these
about
games are getting
because
dynamic
it
weather.
allows you to watch your match back in the engine with the free cam and slow motion and stuff like that.
Oh, cool. So you can actually
So you can just
learn how you play,
Yeah, and
which
yeah.
is really nice,
It'll just give
especially
you a
for
new way to
esports
create,
guys.
like machinimas and stuff like that within the game.
Yeah. And the last thing I want to bring up, because you were mentioning
Great.
this
We're
a
going to
lot
see
before we came
PlayerUnknown
on, you have
Battlegrounds
all sorts of stability
machinimas.
and
This is going to be
performance
nice.
Yeah, so like our focus this month is on our server performance and really getting that stable because at the moment the servers aren't performing the best they could. But, you know, so last month our team's focus was on client performance, and we improved that broadly for a lot of people.
I like how they
And
wear
this month
like
it's on
other
server,
company
so
shirts like
they've already found a
Atari
lot
and
of
stuff like
things
that.
to fix. I'm excited.
That's great. I'm sure players will completely stop blaming anything on the game.
I'm wearing
then,
a
right?
Resident Evil
They'll
shirt.
accept responsibility for those losses then. Well, to player
Can't
unknown
go wrong with
himself,
Resident
Brendan,
Evil,
thank you
man.
so much for
Except
coming
if
out to
you're
talk about
playing
it.
Sixtons
Thank you, everyone.
and Revelation. The first one, anyway.
As we get ourselves set up for the next game, we're going to head to the mezzanine with Sonya for a little bit of a giveaway.
You just
Thank you,
skipped
Sean.
over his words.
Sean is pretty cool, right? But you know what's a little bit cooler? A free PC. We're going to be giving away a badass
okay.
PC from our friends at
You
Intel.
can always
This
just,
bad
like,
boy is going to be rocking an i7 7700K
tweet it out or whatever.
processor. There's a lot of sevens in there, and it's going to be running a NVIDIA GTX 1080. It is worth more than $2,500. So if you want a chance to win, head over to PCGamingShow.com/giveaway and put in your information. Good luck, and back to you, Sean.
Thank you, Sonya. And I am
Sonya.
pretty cool, right? Jesus, thanks, audience.
Savage audience.
Woo! I didn't realize you could pinpoint the exact time and date a career died, but we still have all sorts of great stuff in store for you. Our next guest you may recognize.
Sean's
from
career
PC
is
Gaming
gonna die
shows
anytime
past.
soon.
Tripwire Interactive is back with a slew of games to talk about, and I'm joined by creative director Bill Monk. Pleasure to have you, Bill.
Hey, thanks for having me, man.
Good to have you back.
Thank you. Thank you.
As always.
All right.
You guys have been busy. Congratulations on the recent release of Rising Storm 2.
Yeah, absolutely. It's Realism FPS. We just released it 2
Realism
weeks ago,
FPS.
And, fan
Okay.
reaction's been really positive. Really happy about that. And we want to thank everyone who was part of the beta phases that helped shape the game in a real positive way. And be sure to check out the Trello boards, see what we're up to. And we're actually already really busy working on some new content. So stay tuned.
That's amazing. I mean, I know so many people know you from Killing Floor 2, but especially this year,
Oh.
there's so much to talk about.
I didn't know they did
Last
that.
year, you announced Killing Floor Incursion, the VR Killing Floor. How's that been going?
Oh, that's been going awesome. You know, Incursion's one of the second phase, game or second wave games to come out for VR, and we've learned a lot. And we're really, really excited. We think we have one of the best products that's going to come out later this year. It's scary as hell. You can play it
Yeah, I don't know if I could handle
single
it.
player and co-op, and we're really excited to release it. So stay tuned on that.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Now,
those
the big thing I know
crawling
you want to
creatures,
talk
man.
about today was a little bit of content coming down the line for your big game, Killing Floor 2. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, when we released Killing Floor 1, one of the things that really put us on the map was our time seasonal
This
events.
is a longer press
And when
conference.
we released Killing Floor
It's
2,
nice.
people were always clamoring and asking.
Making up
when
for
are you guys gonna do that
Bethesda
for Killing
and
Floor 2?
Devolver's
Reasonable.
debacle.
We're super happy to announce the Summer Sideshow coming out this year.
But we do have
Well, I'm eager to show everyone this
but
footage. This trailer makes me
Ubisoft
laugh
coming up
every
in a
time.
few
Let's go
hours
ahead
as
and
well.
take a look at Killing Floor 2's Summer Sideshow.
never noticed that Day 9 has a little bit of a lisp.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tragic Kingdom Amusement Park. Come on down and play Find Minnie Pukey, Feed the Pound, Dunk the Float, and Pop the Clot. Was that a real head? Trade for festive clown makeup, colorful hats, and dozens of other items. Carnival rewards are only available for a limited time. See the adorable pinhead and marvel at the mighty strong pound. Ah, what is wrong with him? Hear the bearded beauty, the siren from Fiji. I think I'm gonna be sick.
Oh.
Backed by popular demand. Come see Pukey the Clown and the Monkey Man. Why does the monkey have a chainsaw? Find romance in the tunnel of love. Swing on the Queen of Chains. Look at the... Ow! Scream on Pound Mountain. Oh, but that's not safe. See the death-defying fire stones of
Alright,
Dr.
so like, just more content for Killing Floor.
Is he actually on fire? Why is that person on fire? Earn new achievements and try out the new HC-12 shotgun and tactical lever-action rifle. Why do you need a shotgun at a carnival? I don't care, it's unlockable. Why does the carnival cleanup crew need hazmat suits? No, no, I'm done. This is a horror show. I'm getting out of here. If you can hear this, run!
News and outbreaks and variants and behavior detected. Be alert for new challenges, modes, and threats in the weekly outbreaks.
All right.
I mean, I know it's a horror theme, but there's some great humor in this.
Oh yeah, I mean, seasonal events are definitely the most.
They've
fun
always
to
had
work
like
on.
a
I mean,
humorous side to them.
We can just go crazy and go goofy. You know, we got clowns.
You got the
fat
monkey that
clowns,
bangs the cymbal with a
monkey with
chainsaw instead.
chainsaws, midgets on stilts, bearded ladies. You know, we got it all.
Tell me a little bit about what is the gameplay? What's some of the stuff that people can experience in the summer sideshow?
So it's a limited time event. It's only going
Right.
to last for 1 month. So all this crazy stuff you're seeing here, it's 1 month. And there's over 50
Wait.
cosmetic items that
Is
people
this a
can
temporary
gain
thing?
from playing it
Oh.
totally free. All the Zeds have been replaced. All the voices have been redone. We also have mini games that are thrown out throughout the
Yeah, I
map.
saw the carnival games right at the start of the trailer.
Yep. We've also got 2 new weapons that we're introducing. And we also have this other mode that we're really excited about. It's the weekly outbreak.
Yeah, I saw the
mode.
weekly outbreak at the end of the trailer. What's the weekly outbreak about?
So each week, new gameplay mode comes out with new challenges for the player. We have one, it's starting out with Cranium Cracker, and that's a headshot only mode. And
So
then
no
we have
I'm getting that
Headshot.
EA
Yeah,
feeling
exactly.
now.
And then we have another
I'm
one
getting a
called
little
Time of
tired.
Terror, where every time you shoot
You
a
know?
Zed, they actually shrink. They become like little
Well, they're
mini
showing
Zeds,
off good stuff,
which is really
but
crazy. And whenever
I'm
the
just tired.
players get hit, they shrink too.
Oh, really?
So I mean, that's just 2 of them. We have 8 total, and it's over 2 months worth of content. And if they're really hard to beat, but if you beat it, you get really cool like precious items and stuff like that.
So of course I have to ask, when can people play it?
Actually, you can play it tomorrow.
Oh.
And it's free.
I don't have the
on
game.
Steam all week.
but- oh.
Easy.
So if people.
Free on Steam all week?
So you got no excuse not to try it.
Okay,
Well,
it's
I
free
mean,
on
what if people
Steam.
are here
Let's
at
go.
E3?
Hey guys,
Oh, well, they can get
that's
it. Can
gonna
play
be
here,
something
too.
we'll play
Oh, boy, that
after the
was not
conference
set up
is
on
done.
my part.
Cool.
Yeah, whereabouts is it at on the E3 floor?
That's at the PC Gamer Show.
Oh, that's
Booth,
right. It's at
yep.
the PC Gaming Show booth. We have our own booth here at E3.
Yes.
Oh, I'm glad that 2 of you are
Yeah.
very excited to hear that.
The first of many, right? This is going to become a tradition.
Indubitably.
Yeah.
I'm not in charge of the buzzer, so yes, of course. Well, I want to say, Bill, thank you so much for coming out. Congrats
Absolutely,
on
man.
all the projects and the progress. Bill Monk from Tripwire
Thanks, Dan.
Interactive.
Thank you.
Cheers.
See, at least freaking Sean knows how to present a shake hand.
Let's head back up to the mezzanine
it's
for a
just
little
like-
bit of social with Sonya.
This year's PC Gaming Show is being broadcast on more platforms than ever before. We are on Steam, we are on Facebook and Twitch and Mixer. We are all over the place. This is awesome. And
Had
guys,
to
if
mi-
you're on Mixer,
had to bring out that
you
Mixer,
gotta
huh?
sweet talk the mods a little bit. Be kind of nice to them because they're going to be giving away games throughout the entire show. Unfortunately, no free games
Well,
for
someone's
day
had to
9.
pop up right here. It's
But
like,
sorry. Back to
Because I
you,
see
John.
people walking by, I was like,
I'll
wait for
happily
that.
buy them. Yay, video games. Now, if any of you got the chance to see the conferences leading up to today, there's a lot of exciting stuff going on. In particular, Microsoft has had a whole slew of games people are pumped for, including some that are going to be at this show, starting with the first ever incarnation
Yeah, I have to
of
take a
Forza
nap after this
Motorsport
one.
coming straight to PC. It's Forza Motorsport 7. Joining me to
Yeah.
talk about it is the creative director of Forza Motorsport from Turn 10, Bill Giese. Come
Is
here,
Forza
Bill.
Motorsport 7 coming to the PC? Because that would be such
Yeah,
a
Bill,
beautiful
congratulations.
experience.
The announcement yesterday must have been really exciting for you guys.
Yeah, isn't it
Huge
Windows 10?
announcements.
Yeah.
We revealed a car to the world.
'Cause it's Xbox
Not
One.
an in-game car, a
No,
car.
an actual,
An actual car.
That's normally saved for car shows like Geneva and
Yeah,
Paris.
they'll show it off.
We
Unless you want to
revealed
save
a
it with
car
your
here
no
at
face.
E3, the Porsche
might put
911
another picture up with
GT2
no
RS to
Yeah.
the world yesterday. It was awesome.
You know, I've gotten the chance to play the previous Forza Motorsport games, and they always struck me as a racing game not focused on being cartoonish or strapping
desert
guns
level's
to the
gonna be
car.
so
it's
cool.
about hyper-realistic racing.
Forza Motorsport is about precision. It's about competition.
Oh.
And we've rebuilt
I think
Forza
I know where
Motorsport
this
7
is.
from
This
the
is probably in
ground up
Dubai.
to really recreate that feeling of driving a car at peak.
So
The
that
cars, we have
desert
over 700
area
cars.
you're seeing
Every
is probably
single one of them,
Dubai.
they're going to rattle and shake. It's going to scare the crap out of you.
There's somewhere
What are some of the
near
things that
Egypt.
you've done to bring that experience to PC?
Well, going to PC has been awesome. Not only will it have mouse and keyboard support, but with multi-USB, we have every fan-requested wheel on the market. And it's been exciting for the team.
That's a lot of USB
It's a lot
devices.
of wheels, let me tell you. And we've been testing that. Last week alone, we brought in any USB device we had, and we played on a Guitar Hero guitar and a DDR pad. Now, you're not going to do that, obviously.
That's
but
not how
that's
real
not
racing
racers do
works.
it.
That's not the hyper-realistic
You're gonna
part.
see
whatever you
people
have in your closet,
finish
plug it in, you're ready to go.
competition
Now,
races
what about
with
for
guitars
low-end
now.
PCs? There's obviously a lot of people who are on budget devices. I mean, what about for them? What's the optimization been like?
Well, it's been great going to the high end of 4K, unlocked frame rate, 21:9, but we've also lowered our min spec as well to include i5. And no matter where you play, it looks and plays great.
And speaking of looking and playing great, you're here at E3, and I understand you have some out-of-control rigs that people can actually play the games on.
Absolutely. Come by the show. We've got 2 hydraulic rigs in 4K on Ultra 4K PCs.
Hydraulic rigs? You didn't
yeah.
tell me that.
Yeah, bring a vomit bag and come on
Hydraulic.
check it out. It looks awesome.
Oh,
Awesome, Bill. Thanks so much for
rigs
sharing
that
with
are
us.
actually on hydraulic lifts.
I'm
So when you're
incredibly
driving, it's
excited
gonna jolt you around
of
and
all
crap.
the stuff Microsoft
Okay.
just got the chance to look
Damn.
at Forza, and now coming onto the stage, I am replacing Bill with Ted Timmons. He's the PC design lead at Rare to talk about Sea of Thieves. Come on out, Ted.
Get some more. We're actually gonna see gameplay and not just scripted
Ted
gameplay.
Timmons, Welcome. It's a pleasure. So Ted, talk to me a little bit about
Rare.
what is
You're not
Sea
the
of
same anymore.
Yeah, so
but
we
I
feel like we've
still
made the
care
pirate game
about
you've always
you.
wanted. When you think about sailing around the open seas, you and your crew of crewmates, basically it's Pirates of the Caribbean
Ted
meets the
Timmons.
Goonies.
That's an
What are some
interesting
of the
name.
things that you're showcasing here at E3 in the game?
Yeah, so for anyone who didn't see the briefing yesterday, we showed off great new
That
features
shirt,
like riddle map
that
storms and
black and
firing
gold.
yourself out of cannons.
Or a common pirate pastime.
Yeah, pretty nice.
So no live gameplay.
Now, I had to ask the same question to Forza Motorsport. What are some of the things, some of the features that you've added in?
And I'm gonna have a
focus
character
on
that
the
has
PC
2 peg legs,
Yeah, so
not
we've
just
got
one.
things like 4K, unlocked frame rate.
So he's gonna
everything
get
you
caught
expect.
in, like,
We've also
holes.
brought our gameplay footage in
It's like, damn it.
21:9 as well, my personal favorite.
Your favorite resolution,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
one of the top 3 favorite resolutions
Yeah,
of
it's probably
yours?
there with 32:9 and 16:9 as well, probably.
So, tell me a little bit more about the PC version. Obviously, it's probably a challenge to try to develop for 2 different devices at once.
Yeah, so we decided to change our approach to the game. We're actually building both versions in parallel because we felt
Oh,
that's how we
no
deliver
ports,
the same game
huh?
on the same day.
So it's not a port from one device to the other.
Correct, yeah. We thought
Smart.
it was really important just to build them
So they're gonna
together
be
from the very
optimized at the
beginning.
same
One
time.
single code path.
One single code path, yeah.
Awesome. Well, I know a whole lot of people here are curious to get their chance to play it. Is
a smart way
there
of doing
an official
it.
release date or an opportunity for them to play it?
Yeah.
So
Yes,
we're coming
yeah.
to both platforms in early 2018, but right now we have a technical.
Wash your
offer.
hands
You're
after
welcome
all
to
that
come sign up.
sneezing.
We have thousands of PC players playing already,
That is
so
like
yeah, come join us, seaofthieves.com.
Out of nowhere.
Once
Not
again,
even prepped.
Ted Timmons.
Awesome, thank you very
from
much.
Rare, thank you.
Cheers, guys.
That was okay.
SeaofThieves.com.
That was very short
Now,
and
this
uneventful.
next title is one I'm personally very, very excited about, given the fact that when I took one look at the trailer, the striking visual style just grabbed me. It's an evolution of Cyberpunk, a game called The Last Night. Here to talk about it is the
I almost thought it was
director
Last of Us 2.
at
It was
Odd
like,
Tales. Join me in welcoming Tim
wait,
Soleil.
that's a Sony product.
Hello,
Guys.
Tim. Welcome. Thanks for coming out.
Sean.
Let's ask the obvious question.
There's
What
another
is The
camera.
Last Night?
It's like-
The Last Night is what we call a cinematic
Yeah.
platformer, which
They're not
means
co- they're not
it's like
coordinating
Mario
with each
where you
other,
have
that's
to
the
jump
problem.
From platform to platform,
Yeah.
but it's more story-driven. It's more reminiscent of old classics like
Ooh, he has
Another
that
World,
deep
Flashback,
French
Oddworld.
accent.
Oddworld, I was going to say, it reminded me quite a bit about it. And I saw that you guys had the big announcement
If it's
reveal at
French.
Microsoft yesterday. I mean, that trailer was such a hit. It blew up.
Oh yeah, it was that one. It was that really cool looking.
Obviously super happy with
Reminded
the
of us of
reception.
the graphics
Absolutely
of
incredible.
Party Hard 2.
Now, of course, I have some concerns
Party
I
Hard
want
2.
to address.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I am.
So Party Hard 1 didn't have that
in the
type of
past.
graphic yet.
Um,
But Party Hard 2
I
that
want
has
to
this type of
apologize
setup.
for those, that
Oh,
do not in any way
wake
represent
up,
who I am
settings,
today
and then sleep.
or what the Last Night will be about.
Well,
Sleep,
let's talk about
most
what the
likely
game
getting out of
is
the game.
About. I know that the setting of The Last Night is super important to the character of the game. Tell me, where are we right now?
I want you to imagine a world where machines are
Man,
surpassing
look
us
at that.
in
That's
every
such a
way,
cool
not only
design.
I know, I'm
physically,
so
but also
excited.
intellectually, emotionally, even creatively.
So in a sense, like any job that
There's-
you could possibly imagine,
It's like
an AI does
three.
that.
Absolutely.
It's 3D,
Including being a
but
host for a PC gaming show.
not.
Yeah.
It's so
Well, I
cool.
imagine, thank you, this one person who is also excited about the booth. Now, in terms
That
of
is just
this
so
world, does it give a kind of
cool.
sense
I know.
of existential crisis.
I
or
love
inhabitants?
things like
That'd be one of the
this.
first
Yeah,
games I would go play if I were there.
Here, I'll highlight
Like,
ourselves so
so I
you
can-
guys can see it a little bit more.
Like, what is it like to be a person in this world?
So, you know,
Yeah,
in a world
keep
where
paying
you're not
attention to
valuable
this
anymore in
actual
production,
stream.
Yeah.
the only thing you can really do is to consume endlessly, right?
That's a longer
what you're trying to
Yeah,
achieve with this game
it's
is
probably a
how do
2-hour
you define
conference.
yourself?
Or almost.
You know,
An hour and a
you don't have
half.
anything to create or to strive for.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I
about
can
an hour.
see, you know, obviously there's the futuristic lighting and the visuals, but there's also that sort
Beeline
of drab, dreary
designer.
tone. This art style is amazing. I mean, all of these assets are in 2D, but it has so many modern effects. How did you even think of this?
Yeah, that's the
So
cool
it all
part.
comes down to my background in VFX and advertising, basically.
Yeah, it's
so
a franchise.
I wanted to, you know,
Mhm.
explore what I could do with 2D and pixel art,
Yeah.
and just augment that and enrich it with like modern techniques of lighting and compositing.
Right. You know, and we've talked a little bit about where we are, about the art style. Who are you? Who do you play as in The Last Night?
Yeah, so the character you get to play is a young idealist, I would say.
Yeah.
And because
So
of a childhood
cool.
accident,
A lot of
he
cats
cannot
around.
enjoy
I
the
know,
same
there is a lot of
gamified,
cats.
augmented life than everybody else.
Right.
So because of that, you know, he wants to change the world. And on
You want
his
to have
way,
like an impact and a meaning.
Absolutely. So on his way to do that, he's going to meet some questionable characters you have to trust or not on your way.
What about the gameplay? What are the things that, if I'm the player, what do I do in The Last Night?
So we took inspiration from some classic genre like point and click and adventure games.
Yeah.
But so you get, you know, to solve puzzles and dialogues, of course. But we added a real-time component to it.
Real time in what sort of sense? What makes it a real-time puzzle?
So it means that, you know, while you are busy breaking in an apartment, for instance, all the simulation is still happening around you. So police come around, you know, and you have to be careful about that.
So in a sense, like if I tried to break into the apartment at night, the police might be on patrol at that time, but if I came in the morning, there might be no police,
Yes.
but the resident might be home.
Absolutely, yeah. So that means that, you know, if you see the police coming around the corner, you better, you know, just hide, pretend to be a hobo, or maybe draw your gun.
You also mentioned that the structure of the game is in one night after the other. What's that like?
Yeah, so the game is structured around several nights, so you know it spans on several nights, and they are all interconnected, which means that what you tell people on the
So
very first night, you know, and
cool.
what you
I
do.
love the
afterwards,
water
you
effects and
remember.
everything
So if I'm
too.
just in a conversation,
Compared
just
to
walk
like
away in
everything
the
else
middle
as
of it,
well.
Yeah, they will remember it.
they'll remember like 2 days later
Yeah,
they'll be
absolutely.
angry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
But
fast.
what
That
you
must
do
add
one
a
night
huge
affects the
amount
next
of
night.
replayability since the world is just changing based
Yeah,
upon
we're
your
taking a lot
It's not
of
like it just-
pleasure
Actual
to hide a lot of
effects.
stuff in the city, and we hope the community will have fun to figuring that out collectively. So yeah.
Well, again, I love the art style. I love these.
I love it
story-driven
too,
adventure
man.
games.
It's
Thank you
so
so
good.
much, Tim.
Thank you, Sean.
I'm looking forward to it.
As I
Cheers.
yawn.
Thank you. Bye.
So hard to like
Once again, that's
stay energetic.
oddtales.net
I can't be
for more
energetic
information
today.
about
About
The
like
Last
now.
Night. Now, this next game
Gotta eat
surprised me. I'm
breakfast
sure it will
and then
surprise
go
you
to sleep.
because of its style. It's from the makers
I
of
know.
Arma, the realistic military simulator, and DayZ, the zombie survival
I'll
game.
be taking a nap after
This
this.
one has a much more playful tone.
After I
though.
archive.
Let's look at the next title from Bohemia Interactive.
Bohemia.
It was the mother of all storms. But somehow I just knew everything was going to be...
Well then,
Well, being stranded on a desert island is a lot of fun.
is it another survival
You
game
get to
with
meet
different
new friends.
type of art style?
You
Okay.
get in shape. And you learn how to craft. And because it's your land, it won't take long before you call that place a home. But that's just the beginning, because here you can do anything.
I always like cool little art styles.
Sorry.
You keep sneezing on me.
I don't mean to. It just come out of nowhere.
Bless you. Like a goat. Wait, so it's not a survival game. It's more of a creation game. So it's like
Islands. Explore your creativity. Visit
Yep,
us at
creative game.
islands.com.
okay. Well, I guess it's not an actual
Here
survival
to join
game.
me to talk about Islands is the creative director from Bohemia Interactive. It's Alish Ulm. Welcome, Alish. It's a pleasure to have you here. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, Sean. Thanks, Sean.
What kind of game is Islands?
Okay, so Islands is a sandbox game about survival and exploration, but at the same time, in Islands you can create your own games, your own adventures.
I'm
just
not
like the ones
saying
we've
anything
shown
about
in the video. Actually, Islands stands for Your Lands.
Modern
Lands that
Minecraft.
You create where you make the rules.
And it's almost like a sandbox game, not where you're
The
necessarily
water's
kind of
cool. It's like
Yes, exactly.
It's like
And I have
it's
to
like
ask,
grid
given
based,
the
but
fact
not.
that the style of it contrasts so
How long
sharply
is
with
it?
Arma and Daisy. What is it about Islands that still makes it a
Maybe an hour.
Yeah, we get
I'm not sure.
this a lot, but actually
9 hour time,
beneath the
I
surface
think,
there are
'cause it
still
starts
core values
8
that make
Pacific
up a
Standard
Bohemia
Time.
game.
Yeah.
It's still about exploration.
Guys, you
finding
don't
out
have to
how
wake
things
up
work,
for Nintendo
about
to watch our
creativity
stream.
and
You can watch.
imagination.
It's a
And
direct. You
just
don't
like
have
Arma or
to
Daisy,
watch it
we're
live.
trying to create a platform to connect
We're gonna
the
watch
players
it.
with each
I'm gonna
other,
watch it live.
when they
Lar
play
doesn't have to
online
do
or
it.
when
She
they
can
create
relax.
something new and share it
Well, I was
with
thinking of going with
the
James
community.
with them.
Okay.
And I know
Which is why I
that
was
modding
asking.
is a legendary part of
Yes.
Bohemia's history.
Awesome.
What are
But I
some of the
might
lessons
go
that
with
you've
me.
learned from Arma, learned from Daisy, and brought to modding in Islands?
Well, we have our own editor. It's not a standalone
What
application.
the
it's a
hell? You
part
just
of the
ruined
game.
that land.
Really? I mean, I assumed that it was just outside like all other editors.
Now, we would like players to be able
There's
to
so much on that
prototype
screen.
their
Holy
creations
crap.
really quickly.
Yeah.
And so in the editor,
Wait,
the players can
file,
obviously create something
terrain.
new,
You
but
can
they
literally
also decide to,
edit the land by the actual
open and
file.
modify existing games, ones that we created or ones
Jeez.
that other players made for them.
Yeah, I mean, we got the chance to see some scenarios in the initial trailer. Like,
I don't
those are the
know.
ones
I don't
that
think
you're
I would get
referring
into it
to.
too. It looks cool and fun.
It's fantastic. I mean, tell me a little bit about what it is that we're seeing.
It's not
right
my
here
type
on
of game
screen.
though.
Well, this is just some random multiplayer
I
game.
could watch one of my favorite streamers watch it.
There are
I mean, play it.
two guys. Initially, there were 3. I think one just like fell down the bridge.
Yeah, I think
They're-
I was
they are trying to get some kind of treasure. And
Is dynamite?
Yeah, they are
I
selling
wanna-
explosives.
I mean, I want to ask
dude.
about. I know you guys are here at E3.
That's gonna happen.
Hey,
I
look,
pointed
it's a
that out.
treasure. I know you guys are here at E3. What are some of the things that players can get their hands on at this event?
Well, we'll be showing some of the
I guess
games that
they're
we
just
created with
expecting
Islands
kids to do that.
editor.
Like,
But
I'm
at
gonna
the
put
same
an
time,
explosive
we'll be
here.
showing
I don't know how
they
explosives
can,
work.
Use the editor to create those games.
That's awesome. And I mean, I know there's a way for people to play right now. Is that right?
Yeah, actually, they can already play the alpha version of the game. It's available as a part of our Bohemia Incubator program. They can find more
No, the
information
symmetry.
on our website, islands.com. And later this
Why
year,
would
we
you
are
do
coming
that?
to Steam
Why would you put a
That's
small
awesome.
brick
Remember,
right
that's
there?
Islands.com.
Oh, you disgusting human being.
We're good. You can remember that. So I want to say, Alice,
Put
thank
the
you so
window
much for
over
coming
the
out and
orange
talking about
with the
Islands.
brick
It's been a
there.
pleasure. And of course,
My OCD is like fucking.
I hope you're as excited as I am to
Dude,
come up with some
that
total
was
nonsense
horrible.
when I sit down to play. Our next world exclusive is going to be up in the mezzanine with Sonya.
Thank you, Sean. I am so honored to be a part of
just wanna
this
see
world
what
exclusive
Twitch chat
reveal
is saying
from
right now.
developers Clay. You might recognize,
Grill.
You might
Yeah, I
recognize
knew
their
it.
name from
I
games like
called
Don't
it.
Starve or Don't Starve Together for lonely folk like myself.
Twitch
And last
chat,
year at the
man.
PC Gaming Show, they actually revealed their sci-fi colony sim game, Oxygen Not Included. And this year they are back. And they are back with a bang. And I am so excited to reveal their upcoming sci-fi RPG game. It is called Griffland.
Griffland. Not Griffin. Okay. Cool hand-drawn style. Oh yeah, this is the guys that made the Mark of the Ninja and all that. Oh, they don't speak English. Interesting. Alright. I'm kind of digging it. Oh, it's turn-based. Or kinda? Are you a bounty hunter? Interesting. Or at least part of it. You're probably just doing it with bounties, probably, yeah. This is looking interesting. Alright, cool.
I absolutely love clay games.
I like how
Can't
that's their
wait to
time
chance
gap
to try
though. They're not too sure
Now,
when
this
they're
next
gonna really
title is an
release it.
interesting one because I'm not someone who plays many VR games, but I got a chance to check this one out several months ago, and I was immediately hooked. So I can't wait to talk about it with the creative director from Ready at Dawn. It's Rue Virasuria to talk about Lone Echo. Welcome, Rue.
Thank
It's
you
good
for
to
having me.
have you here. Now, Rue.
Yep.
Yeah. I've gotten the
It was
chance
a
to play
very
Lone Echo, but a
unfinished
lot of
game
people
when it
here
came
maybe
out
haven't
too.
seen
That's
it or
why
heard of
I
it.
didn't
Just
do
walk us
anything.
through what is the game.
So the game, the Lone Echo, is a single player experience in VR where you play a cybernetic AI on a mining station in the rings of Saturn, and basically in the game you're allowed to move in zero G freely. You can interact with everything inside the environment, and also you'll see that you have an NPC that you can interact
Yeah.
with. You can use your hands basically to go everywhere you need to go.
This was the thing that was so amazing for me. You stand still, and then you use your arms to grab onto objects in the environment, to push and pull yourself around. And it was really amazing to move that way. I've never seen this before.
Exactly. I mean, that's basically where the genesis of the project was. We built the mechanic to build the game. So the mechanic was this idea that came from watching ISS space station astronauts, moving around. And we just basically made this motion that allows you to navigate using your hands just like you would use your legs.
So it's been a few months since I got the chance to play. What's been happening in terms of the single player? Here you got some
Hope you
fancy
have something
voice
to
actors
stop
lined up.
Yeah, we did actually. When we wrote the story for it, we actually had an actor in mind. Somebody that
No.
a lot of people out there know, Troy Baker.
You just pushed
and Troy
yourself
decided
off
to
the
take on
space
role
station.
for the AI.
And of course, another thing that we get the chance to talk about is the multiplayer component to Lone Echo called Echo Arena. Rue, how does this game work?
Basically, it's a futuristic VR sport where you play, 10 people play in 2 different teams to get a disc inside each other's goals.
Now, you might be a little bit confused as to how exactly that works, but don't worry.
We'll show
We're
it to
going to take an even closer look at what the gameplay is like for Echo Arena.
I'm having a hard time staying awake, man. I mean, it's just because I'm just tired, to be honest.
In zero gravity,
Yeah, they're showing cool stuff.
There's just a super technique.
players fly faster.
It's a lot of talking.
Passes go farther. Strikes hit harder. Stakes get higher. And victory tastes sweeter. This is Zero G in the Echo Arena.
Two pats to give him like a temporary concussion, then you can steal the ball from him, or the disc.
Jack, are you seeing? Jack, cut the panel. That's it. Jack.
We are up here with Echo Arena in action as some of the Ready at Dawn developers are playing against each other. So, Doug,
You might be too
welcome
close
back.
to that dude.
Hello. It's awesome to have
I'm
you
waiting.
with us.
Oh,
And
I'm waiting
before
for
we
this
get
guy to
into
get
VR,
hit.
I really wanted you to tell me a little bit more about the Grand Slam.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that. I'm a big sports fan. So tennis.
That is
golf,
not
rugby. They have their
too.
Grand
That's
Slam.
not
Now
big
we have
enough
it in
thing for
esports.
this
So
dude.
With Intel,
Oh.
ESI, and DreamHack, we now have our Grand Slam.
He hit the freaking console.
That's exciting. So, I'd like to know a little bit more about Intel's involvement with this game.
You know, we've been involved working closely with
This as an esport is gonna be so funny.
Ready at Dawn as they're delivering the next second generation VR game. They've been an ideal partner to enhance that experience to scale to the most performant CPUs like the i7 and i9.
That's amazing. So, I was really excited to hear about your announcement earlier.
Yeah, Ready at Dawn, Intel, and Oculus, we announced that Intel is
Just show the
sponsoring
people.
a free release of Echo Arena to all Oculus Rift users when it launches on July 20th for a limited time. And
That frame
this is
rate, though.
because we want as many users as possible on this system. We want to ensure that everyone, including these guys
No one knows how
behind
to
us,
play
the
this
gamers
game,
behind us,
so
as you
it's
saw,
like-
that they try and experience the future of VR and esports.
So, speaking of esports, I would really love to hear more about Intel's involvement with esports.
Intel has a long history as a leader in esports. We worked with companies like ESL for the Intel Extreme Masters. And we're excited about Echo Arena and the growth of VR esports. And
It
that's
would be
why we're
nice to actually
expanding our
hear the
partnership with ESL and
gameplay.
Oculus to launch the VR Challenge League. It kicks off in July, and it features Echo Arena and The Unspoken. And it gives esports enthusiasts the opportunity
Wait,
to compete
I'm
in
waiting for him to
VR
like
at
turn
key
around and
upcoming
hit the
events,
guy in the
with
back of the
finals
head.
happening in Poland
Shit,
in
he's like facing him
2018
too.
at
That's the
Intel
thing.
Extreme Masters.
Hey,
Well,
it's
that
your
sounds
fault
kind
if you get
awesome.
hit,
well,
man.
thank you, Doug. I cannot wait to play this game. It's going to be coming out July 20th, and you can pre-order it right now. And Rift owners can actually try the open
He's so
beta
close to
on June
him.
23rd. So back to you, Sean.
Oh,
Thank
please
you,
move.
Sonia. And once again, I
He's
got
gonna
the
get hit in the
chance to
back of
play
the head.
Lone Echo, and I want to stress, you just have to play it. The single-player experience is
That's a
especially
dangerous-
mind-blowing. So once again,
dangerous
that's Lone
area.
Echo. Our next guest announced a
At
game
least you
2
don't have
years
to
ago
move
under
around,
the title
dude. You kinda
Project
just float.
Blue Streak, and we now know it as Lawbreakers. Here to talk about not just
Cliff
gameplay,
Bleszinski.
but cold hard dates is the CEO of Boston
Cliffy B.
Productions himself, Cliff Bleszinski. Welcome to the stage. Cliff.
I should have called him Cliffy B. He loves that.
Cliff, I know that you guys in the past have been doing a lot of
My
alphas
Cliffy
and betas. How's those been
Bleszinski.
going?
They've been going well. The alpha, it was all right, and then the first beta was good. The second beta
He's
was
growing a
great.
beard.
We're doing our final closed beta June 28th. If you have a key, sign on to Steam, download
gaining
the
weight.
latest update, and then we're doing our Rise Up event, which is a full open beta June 30th. Hop online, play the game, let us know what you think.
And I got to ask what it has been like to have people play the game, to give feedback in those betas. How has that shaped the experience?
Well, a lot of developers and publishers, they do these kind of bullshit marketing betas where they're like, oh, it's our beta and the game's out next week. I'm like, that's not really the case. You're not gonna be
Ooh,
able to
man.
fix anything.
Cliffy
So
always
far,
has a
we found
mouth
that the
on him.
barometer
I
shotgun was way too
swear.
spammy. Overcharge wasn't that exciting, so we sped that up a little bit and we sped up the characters. We took actual feedback and
Man.
integrating it into the
Cliffy
And these are more than just
always
balance
has a
changes. I
mouth.
imagine that speeding up the pace of things creates a pretty different balance dynamic across the board.
Yeah, I mean, you change one thing, it's the butterfly effect. It affects everything else. And is the game going to be balanced on launch? No. That's why we need people's feedback. Play the game, see what characters are overpowered, underpowered, and then we'll introduce new characters and reshuffle the deck.
And I know that it can't be in beta forever, so Cliff, tell us when it's out.
Can I get a drum roll?
Audience, go! Do a thing!
Do a
So,
thing.
The game is finally dropping on August 8th.
Oh,
on
a lot
PC
earlier.
and PlayStation 4.
Oh, that's soon.
That's it.
$29.99. None of that $60 multiplayer only bullshit.
Sean.
His tone is just
So
like he doesn't seem very impressed.
And if you didn't see it online, Cliff took a bow. Yes, $29.99.
Curtsy.
$29.99. It's not a bad
See
price.
the game and follow it throughout the recent PC gaming shows. Let's take a look at some people who got the opportunity to play Lawbreakers, and we'll have them speak for themselves.
All right. I'll probably
the speed of this
check
game
it out.
is intense.
1,000 decisions a minute. This is hardcore PvP.
Your instincts take over. It's primal.
It's exhilarating. Full frontal
Hey,
victory. A million
you
miles
use
an
your
hour.
jets as the
From every angle.
I was shaking after the matches ended. It was like a high.
One of the fastest games that I've ever played.
Are you ready for another one? I'm like, I just need a minute, man. I'm shaking. I'm shaking over here.
Is it that intense to play a first-person shooter like Quake?
I think the thing people are going to find in this game the most enjoyable is simply how difficult it is.
There's a pretty impressive skill gap. You can't just sit down and dominate within an hour or two.
Practical skill required, precision aiming, the ridiculously fast movement.
Mechanically, it requires a lot of aim, a lot of vision and game
So
sense.
anyone that played Call of Duty is gonna
The action's gonna
die.
press you, and if you don't keep on top of it, you're just gonna get blown off.
Or anyone that plays H1Z1 or Player Unknown's
As we're
background.
flying
This is
around
not their
in zero
game.
gravity, you know, it's kind of a new situation for us. How do you keep up with your tank and protect
Or
them and
Overwatch.
heal them, also protect your healer and peel off
Overwatch
them
takes more
while
skill,
DPS
though.
It's a
is
little
still
bit
being
of skill,
affected
but
and
it's
they're being
mainly
supported.
strategy
It
between
gets crazy
characters.
very quickly.
If you're playing
Gravity is the biggest
Winston,
thing
you
because that adds so much
probably don't want to
physicality,
fight a
and you combine the
Reinhardt.
different movement systems of each character, where some characters have teleports and some characters have dashes. This gets really wild and insane.
Now, literally anywhere you look is potentially an attack point.
This is more
I am
skill-based,
literally
of course.
under the map, saving myself from a grappling hook, whipping myself into the air, shooting at anyone below.
You need to check every possible corner. People are going to fly you with jetpacks, they're going to fly at you with double swords. You're going to have
someone that could just jet up in the sky, and all of a sudden now you have to worry about getting up there.
There's some abilities that I just haven't seen before.
Medic role is actually phenomenal. Well, it's battle medic, they call it. So it's not one of those medics where you have to sit
Well,
back.
she just
It's
points
not
at
even a
him and
thankless
they'll
role
start
anymore
healing.
because I'm out there slaying, killing
with the rest of my team
They
while keeping them
literally
alive.
have to actually.
Wraith's got a really good one. The sliding and the jump into zero G, that's great. Getting like through the map that fast is ridiculously fun.
I've been using the Vanguard to drift off the side, so I've been coming up behind the enemy. It took like 3-4 rounds before they caught on.
With the Gunslinger, he's a very precision character, so just spinning around and popping someone in the head real quick, it feels great.
The game is just aggressive all the time.
And this game gives you so much variety of motion.
I never felt more tested.
It makes you think in a completely different way.
The fastest speed I've ever seen in my life. Crazy when you're playing it.
Yeah, it looks good. I just gotta know if I really want to play it because I'm not a PvP guy anymore.
See, I'm not either.
Just as a reminder, that Ballin'
Yeah,
Intel
I'm thinking it'll be
PC
really.
is
It's a
still
really
up for
good
grabs.
PvP
Don't
game.
miss
I'm
out
not
if you
gonna deny
forgot.
that.
This bad boy is running an i7 7700K processors, a lot of sevens in there, and an NVIDIA
777.
GTX 1080. It's worth more
Praise.
than $2,500. You do not want to miss out. Head over to PCGamingShow.com/giveaway and put in your information. I think it could run Crysis at max settings. What do you think, Sean?
I think
My
it
computer
can,
can
Sonya,
run
and I
Crysis
also
at
think
max
that it can
settings.
run our next title. I am a
What
master
comment was
transition.
that?
Our next game is from Chucklefish, the wonderful folks who helped bring you Stardew Valley and Starbound. Let's take a look at their upcoming game, Wargroove.
Wargroove? It looks like it has that look.
Hello. I keep forgetting they're publishers as well. Oh, it's like Advance Wars. Advance Wars was it was a DS game that was like, yeah, it was a Game Boy Advance game, and it was super fun because it had this type of combat in it, and you know, it had permadeath for units, and it was like really freaking cool.
It had 12 campaigns.
The art style I like. Yeah, cutesy, a little bit cutesy. Got that kawaii look to it. Alright, local multiplayer as well. Alright, I can dig this. I'll stream it. I didn't hear it. I was like looking at my thresholds. It's like, is it capturing that? We need more like turn-based type of games like this though. It'd be cool. Wait. Oh. Swam to it. Wargroove, huh? That looks cool. It's promising.
Wargroove. Today, we're not just going to get a
Advance
chance to talk
Wars.
about the game, but we will be
It just
seeing
reminds
the
me of
editor
Advance Wars.
in action, the live demo on stage. I'm joined by Jay Bayless and Doris Karaskotza from Chucklefish. Welcome. It's so great to have you.
Thanks.
Well, I want to say right away, the gameplay reminded me quite a bit of Fire Emblem and Advance Wars.
Yeah, Fire Emblem and Advance Wars are definitely kind of inspirations of ours. You know,
Using that Dell
Wargroove is a
monitor.
turn-based tactical strategy game. It's a game about starting to build up your resources every mission and push forward into your enemy territory and just kind of dominate the map and make the right choices. But
See, I
yeah,
don't
a
have
lot of
leg day
unique
or
kind of
upper
gameplay
body day.
mechanics. We're
I
bringing
work out the whole
modern
body.
age. We've got online play, mod support, and kind of content creation as well.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that we're going to get the chance to look at today. Doris, who's operating the PC right now, tell us what it is we're looking at.
So what we're looking at today is the world map of Wargroove, and this is our campaign editor. So these are the tools we use in-house to create Wargroove campaigns, and we're shipping them with the game so players can create their own scenarios. So I've been placing down map markers, and each of those represent a mission, and then you link them together to create the path through your campaign.
And I know that one of the things you wanted to talk about was the branching path element.
Yeah, so you can have branching path, obviously, and the cool thing with that is every branch can have conditions. So, for example, let's say you get a high score in a mission, and that could lead you through a harder path in your campaign.
Or you could have a secret path that triggers based on some event in the mission.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, let's hop into one of the missions and get that one started. And Jay, walk me through what it is that we're taking a
Oh.
look at.
So yeah, this
Yeah,
is
you can
our
create
map
your own
editor.
little
This
missions.
Is like straight
That's so cool.
drawing tiles straight into the battle screen. You know, it's really simple to use, really understandable immediately. You can just kind of draw those tiles straight in there and drop in the full range of units. Doris is dropping in a commander right now.
What are the commander units about? Talk to me about that.
So the commanders are kind of integral to the strategy of
That's
Wargroove.
actually really cool.
You have this unit that kind of represents like the king and queen in chess at the same time. They have unique abilities and act as your avatar in battle, and they're really powerful, so you can kind of push forward really heavily with them. But there's a lot of risk reward in there as well, because if you actually lose that unit, then you actually lose the game.
Oh, that's what you mean by the king comparison. It's
Absolutely,
both
yeah.
your power unit and the queen, but your loss condition is the king.
Yeah, and other tools include you can drop down buildings right now. We've dropped in some HQs. Those are kind of like your base of operations, and to take the opponent's HQ is to win the match.
Yeah.
But on top of like kind of simple and easy to use tools, we've also got more advanced tools. So you can use this zone tool right here, and you can highlight an area
I like
and
that.
assign like a scripted encounter or sequence to that.
Okay, so, you know, if I step into that forest, someone can pop out and attack me.
Yeah, you could have bandits jump out and attack you from the woods. And the really cool thing about that is that that actually ties back into the campaign map we saw earlier. So maybe that will trigger a condition. Maybe
Yeah.
after encountering those bandits, your story takes a different turn and you decide to
I
go into
see.
the forest to fight more of them, and so on.
Now, Doris, what is the process to go from this map to a playable game?
So it's very simple, like as simple as sharing the map actually. So you can just
You
share
made
your
little
map,
water
and
effects,
if you
like
want more
creatures in
content,
the water.
just go online
It's
and
cool.
download map, and everything is just one click basically.
And there it is. So let me actually take a step over to this timer here. It has been 3 minutes, and we have gotten the chance to design a campaign map, end a mission, and get it playable. That is incredibly fast. Jay, Doris, I want to thank you both so much for coming out to talk about this game today. Cheers, guys,
Thanks very
and thanks
much.
for coming.
Thank you.
Oh, they're not gonna show the gameplay.
For full coverage of every video announcement.
All right, is that it?
PC Gaming Show. Visit PC.
Not sure. Are we? No, wait, we're
the
not
next
done.
game that we get the opportunity to talk about is the sequel to Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor.
Yes,
Middle-earth:
Shadow of War.
That has an officially announced release date. Guys, it's October 10th. Here to talk to me about it is Michael DePlater, the Vice President of Creative at Monolith. What is up,
One of
Michael?
my top anticipated games for this year, man.
Hell yeah. Well, the chair is a nice break from all that grueling standing. And it gives us to do one of the most iconic things in PC gaming, this posture.
The slouch.
Thank you. Now, we've heard about the October 10th release date. What are some of the things that have been changing and building upon Shadow of Mordor in terms of Shadow of War?
I think what
Oh,
we
yeah.
tried
By the way,
really
Lars
hard to do, although it's
taking a
seems
bathroom
pretty
break.
obvious, is take the things that were good that worked in the first game, so
Yeah.
our combat and the Nemesis system and this world that we'd created, and to build on that, but also to take the lessons we learned in the first game
What's
and
this
really
shirt?
improve those. So
right.
really make this into a truly epic fantasy that's kind of up there with if you go and see Return of the
Oh,
King,
that
Lord of the
creature.
Rings, and really focusing on the story and the characters as well.
I mean, you've been talking all throughout about how important story is in Shadow of War. What does that mean in terms of the work that you're doing?
It means paying off the epic scale, so having these titanic full-scale battles. It means the stakes of the story, so we're facing the most iconic and powerful villains, you know, Sauron and the Witch King and the Nazgul. And it means having these incredibly memorable and personal characters, so
Right.
allies and enemies that you're working with.
And in terms of E3, what are the types of things that you're showcasing here that people can see?
Oh, the reason we're really excited for E3 is two things. People being able to get their hands on the game and play
course.
it. And also that we're going to be giving demos of the game, but because of the Nemesis system, every single demo we give, we have no idea what's going to happen.
That's awesome.
We don't know which orcs or which characters are going to turn up, which stories are going to happen. So every single time
All right.
people go and see the demo, they're going to see something new, and so are we. And because of that, we really wanted to share that not just at E3, but for anyone who wants to tune in and watch those demos.
Sweet.
as well.
Yeah, and of course you see all the information from
Wait,
how to
what is
watch
that
those
creature on the
online
right?
throughout the entire duration.
I've
of
never seen that
E3.
thing.
I know that in a moment we're going to get a chance to delve a little bit more into those story bits with
Seriously,
unique
what's this
cinematic
shirt? I
based
like
on one
it.
of the characters that was in the trailer. Can you introduce her for us, Eltariel?
Yeah, so she's one of the new characters we're introducing into the world and into our story, Altariel. She's the Blade of Galadriel. So she's essentially an assassin that's been sent to Mordor to hunt down the Nazgul and to hunt down anyone corrupted by a Ring of Power. And you, as Talion, are running around Mordor wielding a Ring of Power. So there's some interesting tension in that relationship with her. But she's this awesome character, and as well as that,
she's an
she gets her
assassin.
own fully playable campaign in our first major story DLC as well, which is the Blade of Galadriel.
Well, before we hop into that, I just want to say, Michael, thanks so much for coming on to
Thanks
talk
a lot.
about Shadow of War.
Show her more.
We talked about how important story is to Shadow of War, so let's take a little bit of a look at 2 minutes of the cinematic, Altariel meeting Talion.
Ooh. Well then, let's get to see our new waifu.
So it is true.
You killed me.
And yet you live. What is that like? To die and live again? Do you feel pain? Do you suffer?
What of the city? Of the Palantir?
The Nazgul have taken both.
Yeah,
They
so
belong
this
to the Dark
character's an
Lord now.
assassin, not a ranger or anything.
Oh.
Then I have failed.
She's there to take out the liches and also kill anyone with a Ring of Power.
You can recover the ring.
Your rings are the cause of all this, Elf Lord.
You can see him.
I see him.
Who are you?
I'm the Blade of Galadriel.
Since when does Galadriel work with assassins?
Great threats make for unlikely alliances. You know this better than most. Now tell me more about this ring.
We crafted it to defeat Sauron. But it was lost.
The Nazgul will be drawn to the power of the ring.
We cannot let it fall into Sauron's hands. The light of Galadriel, give it to us!
Stay your hand. My light will protect us, but it will not leave my side.
We must move quickly.
Try to keep up.
He's a ranger. He's gonna probably outrun you.
Shadow of War.
Looking
As
good.
a huge fan of Shadow of Mordor. I'm really excited to see where the story
Looking
goes.
good, looking good.
And I'm pleased to say we have one final game to announce.
All right.
It's from Microsoft, and I'm not even allowed to say the name yet. So joining me to talk about said unnamed game is a creative director from Microsoft Studios, Adam Eisgreen. Welcome, Adam.
Thank you so much for having me on the show. Love being here.
So what's the name of the damn
Now, Adam, I understand that you've been in games for a long time.
I have.
a new game on PC.
So yes, you can actually make a career out of being in games. And you know, I got my start in the DOS days. Remember DOS?
Oh yeah, dude, I played
Nemesis
all day.
So I got my start in the DOS days doing role-playing games, D&D games. But I spent a heck of a lot of time making real-time strategy games. I was at Westwood Studios for years, working on the Command and Conquer series.
All right.
And Beyond,
There
a
you
whole bunch
go.
of great games there.
Strategy
Petroglyph,
guy.
Universe of War, Empire at War. So a lot of history on PC, and I'm
Wait a minute.
excited to get back to it.
Well, I
So
understand that this title is
from
an
the guys
homage
from Civ
to those
6?
roots, and I'm still not going to tell you what it is, but I know you're curious, so let's head
Civ
right
7.
into this world-exclusive trailer.
No, that would be a bad idea. It's too early for a Civ 7. World exclusive. Trollolo. That's what it reminded me. Alright, Microsoft Studio proudly presents one of the history's most beloved PC games. What? Wait, which one? I'm getting a weird vibe of what it could possibly be, but I'm gonna stay my tongue. Wait, that music. Age of Empires? Ooh. Wait, is this a remastering of the first game? Okay, so it's the first Age of Empires. No, they're redoing the first Age of Empires because they remastered the second one. That's not a very big like announcement.
That's not an announcement.
It's cool. I like it. I kind of grew up with a little bit of Age of Empires there. Okay. I mean, I like this, but I'll be playing it probably off stream. I'll just be enjoying it on my own time. Not a game to really be excited about. I mean, this 20 years old, man. It's a 20-year-old game, just remastered. Okay. Just get on GOG, I guess. Okay.
It kind of fell a little flat in my eyes.
Adam.
Cool.
Adam.
I guess.
Age of Empires was the first game I ever saved up my allowance to play as a kid. I'd weed my grandma's garden all day. She'd give me like $2, and I still stayed dedicated. Tell me about Age of Empires, man.
Man, you know, nobody has been able to play this game except if they found the CD-ROMs for the last 20 years.
And what's a CD-ROM?
I know, really. These day and age, like, who even has a drive?
No, it was on a floppy disk,
And this has been such
practically.
a labor of love for us at Microsoft and our development partner at Forgotten Empires to bring back Age of Empires in such a wonderful, definitive edition so everyone can experience it.
I want to talk about all the stuff we saw in the trailer start to finish. Talk to me about the graphics. Those sprites are gorgeous.
We have redone every single asset in the original Age of Empires. Every animation, every tile set,
They're not gonna leave you a message either, huh?
Great.
They
we
haven't
have carefully and lovingly taken and made even better and better.
Because I remember it just watching
Well, at least
the
it's a
sprites move
proper
around the original
remastering.
game. It was very blocky and stuttery.
16 facings now, so those fonts don't jitter. You know, a ton of work.
It's like it's a proper remastering compared to Turok's remastering.
So we've re-orchestrated and re-recorded the entire soundtrack to the game using an actual
That's
symphony
pretty cool.
this time. It sounds wonderful. The people at studios are constantly begging us to get the soundtrack already.
Now, I have to ask, there were some aspects to the gameplay back then that were a little janky. Have there been any updates to the gameplay in that regard?
Yes. So not only have we done things like improved Find Path, which is, of course, always a big
wipe
thing
this
in
bad boy
RTS
down.
games, we've gone in and actually modernized the UI. A lot of people forget that original Age didn't even have an idle villagers button. So all of that stuff, attack, move, all of those things that people have come to expect
Control
in RTS.
groups?
Yes, control
Yes,
groups.
1A.
Yep. So all of that stuff is all in the game now. So we've taken all of the learnings from the Age games that followed and brought it up to those standards.
And you know, speaking of modernization, I saw that it said Xbox Live Multiplayer, which, as you may or may not know, that is the online matchmaking service that Microsoft uses for PC games. I mean, how are you utilizing that?
Oh, well, we've completely redone how lobbies work and how games and matching works. You know, we have our friend system, of course. It's built into Xbox Live. So
Okay.
players should have a really amazing experience. We also have a web portal so they can go and track progress and see their results against all the other players. So it should be a really wonderful experience to play.
And what about the beta that we saw at the end of that video?
Yes, so the game will be out later this year, but you can go right now to ageofempires.com and sign up for our multiplayer beta. You know, RTS
Get
games
the
are
email
really,
like a month later.
Multiplayer is so important, and we want to make sure that this definitive edition
Totally
of
forgot
Age
that you
is the
signed up for a
absolute
beta.
best we can make it.
Right.
So, you know, multiplayer, please come sign, play with us, make the game great.
You asked me before
Make
we
the
hopped
game
on
great.
if you wanted to say one more special bit, a little bit of a tease. We understand that it's the 20th anniversary of Age
Let's
of
get back to the
Empires.
90s,
What is it you
guys.
wanted to say?
So,
It's the only
yes,
time the games
Age of
were great.
Empires, the whole franchise,
And the 80s.
it's hitting its 20 mark October of this year. You know, and this is the start here at E3 with you, is the start of the celebration of
This is
20
a
years of
longer
Age of
conference than I thought it was going
And,
to be.
you know, that party's going to roll.
I kind of
We
want
can
to take a
see
nap,
that.
but I have a feeling
So
by the time
you're
they're
gonna hear
done,
from us again in Cologne,
Ubisoft will be
Germany,
starting
at
another
Gamescom
hour or
in
two.
August.
Our time.
And we're
Time
going
is
to
it
be having
right
a
now?
really
Almost 1
wonderful
o'clock.
Age of Empires
Uh-huh,
event there.
I'm not
and
gonna be
talk
able to take a
whole
nap.
bunch
You're gonna
about,
have to
I think, stuff you're going to want to hear.
archive
I
this
think I'm going to
stream
want to hear it.
Yes.
and then
You
start streaming
tease.
again.
Well,
What
let
I
me just
do.
say, Adam, thank you so
Thank you
much
so
for
much for
coming
having
out.
me.
When's Sony after
Super
that?
excited about Age of Empires.
At least maybe I'll take
And
a
with
take an hour or
that,
two nap
our
between
slew of
Ubisoft.
announcements comes to an end.
Oh, thank
Before
you.
we depart, let's head back up to the mezzanine with Sonya for one
I was so
last
tired.
Thank you, Sean. I had an amazing time being a part of some awesome game reveals and kicking it with you guys today. If you want any more information on any of the games that you saw today, go to PCGamer.com. If you want to hang out with me and check me out on the internet at OMG It's Firefox, pretty much everywhere.
OMG.
I had a blast. And for one last time, back to you, Sean.
Thank you so much,
So, I looked at
Sonya.
that number.
I gotta say, it was a
People are
blast.
saying
I hope
it's
you had a
SiriusXM
great time.
trying to
Thank you
sell
all so
subscription.
much for coming out.
I
All
ain't
of
doing
you
a good
who braved
job.
LA
I got a
traffic to be
free
here in the morning.
trial with my
All of you
car.
who tuned in online.
And they're
Thanks
trying
to
to
our
get me to-
sponsors, Intel, Microsoft, Bohemia, Tripwire, Cygames, and Nexon
Well, you can
help
block
making this
it.
event possible. It is an absolute pleasure to have your
Yeah, I
support.
have
And I'd
family
also like to give a
that
shout out to all the
also
developers
Yeah.
and the
Well, now that
publishers,
you know
their
what that
recent
is, though, you
conferences
can
that have
block
been
it.
going on in the last week. We were super excited about the titles there.
It's just
and
kind of
following them
vile that
closely
they're
because we're
using a
gamers at heart,
telephone
and we hope that you too enjoyed
disguising
what we
as
had
a,
to share with you,
you know,
today.
someone that
And as
lives
crazy as it
in
sounds,
Seneca.
E3 starts tomorrow.
Messed up.
So we hope that you get the chance to get your hands on some of the titles that were announced in the last week that you're pumped for. From all the folks at PC Gamer and from me, Day 9, have a wonderful day and go play some video games. We'll see you next year.
No, we can't play video games. We got Ubisoft literally coming up in about, like, what?
An hour.
Yeah, in about an hour. Where, however, we'll be stopping streaming for about an hour or so. We're gonna just mute these guys. Do that. Alright. So, everything probably covered. PUBG definitely covered. Lots of hardware. Surprisingly not. There wasn't a lot of hardware being shown off this year, except for there was a little bit of shilling, but not much. So that's checked off. New game from the guys that made Mark of the Ninja, and we actually saw the gameplay and how it looks. It was looking good. And new game from the Civilization guys. Pretty much saw that too. I forgot what it was. But yeah, we saw that stuff. So there was a lot of things being shown off for the PC Gaming Show conference, but overall, I think I was a little too tired to keep up with what was going on. I just want Shadow of War. That's all I want. And of course, we're getting a remastering of Age of Empire. I will most likely see you guys in about 30, well, a little bit in around 30 minutes or so. Because Ubisoft is starting around 2 o'clock our time. We'll be starting the stream 30 minutes early so you guys can, get ready, drink, drinks and all that stuff like that. I will be getting lots of water to see if I can get some healthy energy, because water does, hydration is energizing to the body. So drink lots of water, guys. And we'll probably be back in a bit. I'm not going to do an outro or anything. We're not going to do our channel anthem, because literally we're going to be right back in about 30 minutes. We're probably going to be right on the dot 30 minutes. We're going to be starting just a little bit earlier. But Laura and I need to find a way to wake up, because I am tired. And if this is any indication of how Nintendo Direct is going to be at 10 o'clock our time, I'm going to be really tired. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a morning person. I'm a night owl. I like to stay up to 2, 3, even sometimes 4 o'clock at night, depending on what I'm doing. And the waking up early is killing me. Woke up like not too early this morning. Woke up at 9:30, and but it takes me so long to wake up. That's why that's why you guys never really see me stream in the mornings, because I just don't have the energy. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the PC Gaming Show conference. I'm gonna delete that. And next on the list will be Ubisoft. We'll discuss Ubisoft 30 minutes before it starts. And I'll see you guys in a little bit. Lara, most likely, is taking care of a couple things. And yeah, we'll be back. See you guys later. Lara's probably going to be sitting in this seat, and I'll be sitting in that seat. So, yeah, because this chair, you see it, kind of sucks. So, we need to replace this damn thing. All right. Thanks, everyone, for stopping on by. And as always, enjoy yourself.